when we kind of decided to make the switch was because Pat wrote that song and showed us, and we're like, it's a no-brainer here.
Oh, okay.
This guy is a guitar player. And,
Right.
you know, we've got much better songs coming out of it.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Metal Maniacs Podcast. I'm Jay Ingersoll.
I'm your boy Mod. It's good, Jay.
What's up? Today, we welcome from the suburbs of Detroit, Michigan, a heavy alternative metal band whose debut EP, The Sum of All Parts, is available now. Atwater.
What's up?
What up?
Hey.
What's up, guys?
Good to have you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for driving all the way the fuck here on this beautiful fall day. If it doesn't get you depressed, I don't know what will. So a little bit of history as far as the band goes. You guys sent in a track for us to check out. We absolutely loved it. And then I got the chance to share the stage with you guys at the runoff. You guys were badass there. Absolutely enjoyed it.
Yeah, sweatiest stage I've ever been on.
Dude, it was ridiculous. I've never been so hot in my life. It was literally like having a show in a sauna. Like,
I'll never complain about how hot a stage is ever again.
Nothing will compare. My hair was stuck to my body.
That's the only review I've heard of the show was it was hot.
Yeah.
It was
Like,
good.
That was fun for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
We were making sweat angels outside.
The secondary comment was it was fun, but hot was the number one comment.
Yeah, and I don't blame anybody for not standing in there and watching the band just because it was so hot. I remember when we got done, you know how sometimes you're kind of charged up after the show, but then like you kind of calm down. My heart was elevated for like 45 minutes, like I was literally in a sauna. Like I was just like, holy fuck, my shit won't slow down. Just pick flying everywhere. I was just like, God damn. But that was cool. We're fans of your band. And that was one of the reasons why we wanted to have you on the show. So we're going to talk about all things Atwater today. And so why don't we just start at the beginning? Why don't you just let us know exactly, bring us up to maybe just kind of the first recording that you guys put out. And I got a couple questions about that when we get that far. But just tell me a little bit about the inception of the band.
Well, he probably hasn't even heard the first recording. So I actually was the guitar player in the band at first. It was really just a decision of me doing just recording the vocals and then kind of figuring it out there. And we just slowly acquired this guy and we kind of moved guys around. He was on bass at first, but you see how insane he is at guitar.
So good, dude.
So we were like, yeah, it's a no-brainer. So we had to convince this guy to join bass, and he recorded our first couple of songs. They was just banged out like 6 singles.
Yep.
And then now we're on to what you guys have heard.
So are those the ones that are on Bandcamp?
Are they still on Bandcamp?
I don't think so. It's Reclaim, Reform, Pain and Panic, Restless, if you don't recognize those names.
Yeah, a bunch of
No,
those
so
are
Reclaim,
OG.
Reform.
Okay,
it
yes.
says Atwater's first single is out everywhere.
You are
Alright.
correct.
Oh,
I did leave those on somewhere.
Yeah, I listened to every single one of them. I was
That's
confused
cool.
because they
Okay.
all said like 2022.
Wow.
So that was kind of about
Yeah,
when all that. It was like what,
Yeah.
record one and release it type shit, or
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was kind of like just one by one. We were kind of had some done, and then we'd finish it and then figure it out, plan it out slowly. And it was singles on purpose.
Okay.
They were all very different.
Yeah, that was one of the main questions or topics Jason and I were discussing right before you guys arrived.
So Nick, you recorded all of these?
Yeah, so I recorded
Okay.
all 6. That's kind of how I started with them. Jordy came to me. I've known Jordy for 15 years.
Long time.
He came to me saying, hey, you do recording. I did some recording at where I went. I went to Oakland University, and I worked in the recital hall, did some recording stuff, took some classes, and I'm like, cool, I guess I could do a metal band. And I had a little, mobile setup and everything. I'm like, I'll try it. And we recorded the 6 songs, and they were okay. I definitely wish I could, kind of go back and do them because I really didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
Especially with metal, because like I was doing everything I did before was big like jazz ensembles in a recital hall, or I did a little like shoegaze band once, but like metal was a completely new thing to me. Like I wasn't even into metal at that time. I was the heaviest band I really listened to was like Tool. So,
okay.
and then I saw these guys, and then they brought me into everything else.
Yeah, I mean, you start recording metal, you realize that it's not fucking easy.
Oh,
You're like, how do all these things fit together and still make it sound good? Because everybody is distorted and loud, and it's like everything's out of fit in its small little place, right? Like, so, yeah, we listen to. I know I listened to all the songs that were on Bandcamp.
Yep.
So,
Same.
but it was just kind of funny because each one of them had a little bit like different mix or different
Oh, yeah.
sound. I
Yeah.
was just kind of
Yeah.
like, maybe it was a DIY thing from the beginning. So
Pretty
I guess
much.
I was
I mean,
right.
we
Yeah.
recorded it in Rob's living room.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
yeah.
He would just bring over 2 like mixers, like you said, as a traveling studio he had.
No shit.
It was
Yeah.
awesome. It was
Yeah.
really cool.
It was really fun, but
It really was.
I wish the quality was a little
And,
better.
Yeah.
But
Mixed
hey,
results.
Jordan, you played live drums on everything?
On the first 6, yes. And we were trying to really like hone in on those sounds with like this really old big soundboard that I had. Like, I don't even know where that thing is anymore, but like we had this giant like 16, 18 channel soundboard that we were like,
you tried that on first, and then we
like,
tried the
we'll try
live.
that, and then
Yeah.
we tried to just do like just one overhead and then like a couple of drum mics, but then it didn't. I mean, we just tried a bunch of different things, and yeah,
Yeah.
I think we should.
Ultimately, nobody
Yeah.
knew what they were doing,
Right.
really.
Yeah,
Pretty
so,
much.
yeah, this is
If
all of our technically sort of our first band. He had a couple of bands before.
Yeah.
But
I did like a alternative rock band way back in high school, and then I bounced around from like a pop punk project, but I started playing drums in my church. So like I've been drumming since I was like 8. So
Well, the drums are super solid on everything. I
Yeah.
watched the playthrough videos and everything. You got a great finesse about you. I
Mhm.
really like your style. You don't
appreciate it. Thank
overdo
you.
it, but you give me enough little things in my ears with the hi-hat work and everything. We'll kind of go through song by song on this EP, but I mean, you do a fantastic job, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, the same compliments for me.
Yeah.
I thought as I was listening to it, it's like, man, this drummer can take a complicated rhythm and just make it flow effortlessly. Because sometimes you're hanging on that odd beat. But I was like, he has such a good way of just carrying you through some of those odd time signatures that you guys, they cycle around and eventually come to one. But I thought you did a great job of carrying all of that. Like when it wasn't straight 4 on the floor, I was like, oh, this drummer knows what he's. It's to me, it was like a certain level of intellectual, individual that kind of like you have to be studied on the drums. You don't just come out playing this sort of a thing blue collar. You kind of have to really work at it for years. Maybe with a blue collar sense, but you also have to study them. That's how I felt about the drum playing. I was like, oh my God. So yeah, I had to gush a little bit because one of the things that jumped off the page, and they sounded really good too. Like especially with respect to the new EP.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't take any credit writing it. I just take credit playing it.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
because Pat kind of writes pretty
Yeah.
much everything. The guys go with the drums, and then Jordy kind of goes in and flavors it, changes
Sure.
a lot of more like the cymbal action and all that. But it was nice because we like for the first stuff we did it all, and then for the EP we actually went out to our friend. He was actually working at Sweetwater. And
Oh, no shit.
so they were down in Fort Wayne, and him and his buddy Tommy, I'll say the guy who did it, his name is James. They kind of would live together. They kind of built a studio, and we're like, "Hey, you want to come down there and record?" And they're like, "Sure, just buy us some beer." And we went down there, had a nice setup, played on a really nice kit. We down there for like 3 days, got everything recorded, and recorded beautifully. And as you said, the drums sound
The whole thing.
really,
Awesome.
really good in the
Yeah,
EP.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then when we went to get it mixed and mastered, our producer just did an amazing job. He was even like, "It's been a while since I did live drums," and we're like, "Go for it!" And as you can see, he did an amazing
Yeah,
job.
it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Sound awesome. All right, so Pat, tell me a little bit about you were playing bass. That's what Rob was saying. What?
Yeah, man.
So
Never played bass before, and I had also never been in a band at the time.
but you started with guitar.
I started with
Okay,
guitar. I've been
okay.
playing guitar kind of on and off for like 10 years or so.
Okay.
But I ended up getting a job with Jordy, and he told me that he was in this metal band, and I've always loved metal, and he was like, "We need a guitarist," and I was like, "I'm not really playing super seriously right now. I've never been in a band. Like, I don't know if I'm like good enough to do all this." And then like a year later, we just kept hanging out, and then I started practicing some more, and I was like, you know what, I think I'm ready to give this a shot. And they were like, actually, we filled the guitar spot, but you can play bass for us. I was like, all right, fuck it, whatever. And then
He's
yeah,
like, you sucked me into this thing, and now fuck you to tell me my job has changed. That's like,
it was fine, man. They had a shitty little bass that maybe was worth $15. That thing was an absolute disaster.
It's got
Talking
2
about the green
strings, one pickup.
Yeah, the green one, the Luigi one, or the Yoshi one.
I was
Was
gonna say,
yeah,
had a sticker of Yoshi on it.
yeah. Man, that thing sucked ass, but it was fun. I like being in a band, and then Rob just randomly was like, "All right, I'm gonna do vocals, and then Pat, you can play guitar." And I was like, "Fucking finally, dude! Thank God." Like, I was enjoying it, but then I switched to guitar, and I'm like, "Yeah, this is the shit right
Dude,
here."
you're fucking awesome, man. I don't know
Yeah.
how on and I wish I was on and off for 10 years and that good. Holy fuck, man.
Let me interrupt you here.
Yeah.
So HMO4,
Yeah.
that is the first one that we had recorded outside without Fishy.
Yeah.
That one was done with Bender recording. He plays bass in Unwell pop
Okay.
punk band.
Okay.
And that was programmed drums. When we kind of decided to make the switch was because Pat wrote that song and showed us, and we're like, it's a no-brainer here.
Oh, okay.
This guy is a guitar player, and
Right.
you know we've got much better songs coming out of it.
And Rob, you started as a guitar player and then went to vocals.
Correct.
You play guitar in nothing after this, right?
Correct, and I do
Okay.
backup vocals with them as well. But I
Okay.
can't bang out full songs doing both at the same time.
Right. So what made you decide to want to just be full-time vocalist, like saying I can actually do these vocals?
More probably just timing, really. I think that's a lot of inspiration for a musician was we had this guy, we had everybody just like one piece by one piece was coming together for the band, and that was the final move to get us on stage. And
Okay.
once I did that, we waited 8 more months after I said I wanted to do vocals so I could practice. And we waited 8 more months, and then we got on stage and just hit the ground running.
Well, I want to commend you on your vocals as well. I love the being able to have the singing in there. You know, you guys' style lends to that really well as far as being the melodicism in it too. You know, that's what's great. I really like about your band is it's heavy as shit, but there's also all that melody in there that kind of carries it through to really make a guy like me want to continue to listen to it because there is a lot going on with all the rhythms and you know all the guitar parts, but your vocals lend to it really well. Your heavy vocals are badass, and then I just really like your patterns when you start doing the singing and stuff like that
Sick,
as well.
thank
So,
Yeah, everybody in the band is great in my opinion. Like all the musicians, very heady stuff going on. A lot of cool layers, just with the polyrhythms or with the guitar and the drums, the syncopation. But the vocals too, that really helps you jump off instead of being like a guy that only does the fry vocals. The clean vocals also you, sir. Fucking great. Like I was just like all day with the hooks. Just I'm such a sucker for this style of music, and I was like so excited to meet you guys today. I was like, oh god. Here I was like, maybe I'll try and taper back some of the compliments, but you guys do a really great
don't
job.
do that.
not on this show.
Great,
Not
man.
on this.
I love this.
Not on this show,
But
man.
I just
No.
figured we'll get the compliments out early, then dissect it a little bit more as
All
we
right.
go into it because
Yeah.
I was like band names. We could do band names or we could do subgenres, but like it's prog, djent, and metalcore for a broad brushstroke. I don't like it, but because of the fact that you do sing and you write songs
Right.
with choruses,
Right.
I'm always gonna throw a band in to the metalcore if you got a singing clean
Yeah,
chorus. You just,
we say metalcore the most, but I mean, dude, we could kind of call ourselves gentlecore.
yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one.
I like that. I
Yeah.
actually do like that. I came up with. I said djentcore myself
Exactly.
earlier, so not
Yeah.
the gentlecore, but yeah, you guys have some band names too that jumped out to me right away. I heard some like Born of Osiris. You kind
Yep.
of had a certain vocal
Oh,
in there
yeah,
that reminded
okay.
me of their
Oh.
fry.
That's
Sweet,
one that I
sweet.
got down
and,
to.
and plus with the melody with the djent rhythm, so
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's definitely not the
That's
main one,
cool.
but Periphery was another one. I
Yeah,
was like,
got
for
that one
sure.
too.
I think then you could. I thought some of the songwriting might occur like a Polyphia style, where you almost go
Oh,
inside
okay.
the computer and then pull it out and learn it that way. I
That's
was
Yeah,
like,
exactly how we do it.
Is most of my writing. Yeah,
okay,
honestly.
Yeah.
I felt that too. I was like, some of these things are written like just right in the app,
Yeah.
and then you
Yes,
pull
sir.
it right out. And I was
I-
like, that's
I
fine,
wrote.
too.
I mean, the last song on our EP, Departure, I wrote like on my lunch break at work on
Mhm.
Guitar Pro.
Yeah.
It was like
Oh, okay.
80%
A lot
of
of
the
Guitar
songs.
Pro work.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The last two band names I was gonna lob in there was a Meshuggah and a Viljarda.
nice.
Like those.
Oh, Viljarda.
Viljarda
So-
is like his main.
Oh,
but
yeah.
you have more of all four like in the pot.
Yeah.
You know, you don't sound just like Meshuggah,
Mhm.
but everybody pinched from that because they're kings. And
Yeah, that's-
For sure.
yeah. I mean,
Anytime you put djent in anything,
Yeah.
that's automatically the
Yeah.
Yeah.
card from a sugar, right?
But you guys don't sound like Meshuggah because only Meshuggah's doing that sound and only
Yeah.
Viljarda's doing kind of what they do. They do a little bit of
Mhm.
singing, but there's not a song structure to what they do. It's
Mm-mm.
just thal all
I was
day.
gonna say they
Yeah.
do the thal shit.
Yeah.
Two more I would throw in because I had the same ones. A little bit of After the Burial too, like early After the Burial,
Heard
just
that.
with all the melodic stuff and
Yeah.
with the djent.
Yeah.
I would like to call it gentleman core. You know what I'm saying? Some fine gentlemen sitting here next to me.
Yes.
And then I was even reaching a little bit, and I did hear almost like with some of your higher kind of like snarly vocals and a few of the riffs, some earlier Faceless stuff too. That when you guys get real heavy like that, like kind of all the way to the top, that was something that was like, okay, I could kind of see a little bit of that too, because there's some technicality in there, you know, and being melodic. So we'd throw that at you.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard that comparison before.
Yeah, some of the
Yeah, no, it makes
shreddy.
sense for sure.
Yeah.
all day, that's a lot, but yeah, some parts for sure.
So should we negate then all of the songs that are on Bandcamp?
Sort of, yeah. We basically
wanna
don't
just
play
lump
those
those
first
into-
ones. We left those on there on purpose because not as many people go on Bandcamp. They might be on YouTube somewhere as well.
Yeah, I think they
We
are.
took them off Spotify
Our
on
channel,
purpose.
so our YouTube channel, we still have the
Oh, we have the old like a
Reclaim
music
music
video.
the
videos.
Reclaim music video, and I think we have still the Grave music video.
Yeah,
But that's kind of it.
yeah.
The Outrun one too.
I was
Because
gonna
of how
say, we
different
still-
it is, and it's not us. We don't really play it. We pulled out Restless for our EP show just cause, you know.
Yeah.
But pretty much those are all just.
Yeah, we don't
You
really
know,
play them
dead.
live anymore, and like
We don't even play HMO4.
That was like-
he won't
no,
play it.
no,
he won't play it.
I hate that song.
That's everyone's favorite song.
It's
He won't play it.
good.
But no, like when I kind of took over most of the writing, is like it just sounds so different, and then we all kind of like just like that direction a little bit more, so we kind of
Yeah.
stopped playing the old ones, and they're like the old ones were written on like 6-string baritones too, and we're on like 8-string and a
Yeah,
6-string bass, so
I
it's like
noticed that.
yeah, it would just be kind of a like just an
Logistical.
issue
Yeah,
trying to play them
yeah.
live and everything. So
Yeah, grabbing another guitar or tunings or whatever it is, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah,
For sure.
absolutely.
I'm always amazed by professional bands that are swapping these guitars in and out. Like they got to have that shit so dialed in, because I've done the gig where you've got 3 different guitars for different tunings and shit, and every one is a nightmare to dial back in from one to the next.
Sure.
And even from one set, even if the whole set is that guitar for 45 minutes, fucking sucks, because I've had to come off of a different channel or whatever other settings, new pickups and shit. It's a beast.
mhm.
Yeah, everything kind of sounds a little bit different.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll just negate those, but they are on there. I feel like, you know, sometimes you want people to hear your stuff and they might just pull up that song and be like, oh, this don't sound that great because it's like demo stuff.
Mhm.
But in my heart, I'm kind of like, I'm a guy that likes to see your progression. I usually will listen to your oldest shit first, all the way to the newest stuff every time we'll have a band on, or you know when we go over topics of bands or whatever. That's just kind of how I do it, because then you can kind of see the difference between. I didn't actually do that with you guys just because it was easier to access the EP first, and then I had to get on the Bandcamp app. But that's fine. So you would say HMO4. This said it was released April 27, 2003. So this is kind of where you started writing. This is where the band is really going into the next
this
stage.
HMO4 was the first one where we that was like the biggest change for us, and then everything we've done since then has kind of been a jumping point from that song, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you like it?
It is literally the first song I've ever written in my entire life. I've never written music before joining Atwater. And I wrote that one. I was still on bass for it. And the first riff in that song I wrote because I wanted like a fun bass part to play. And then like right after I was done with it, you know, we switched me over to guitar and everything. And I'm just like, I listen to it now and then I compare it to everything I did on the EP. And I'm just like, I'm so in love with the EP. And like, I'm so happy with what I did there. And it like HMO4 just seems like, you know, it is my first one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm just like, it's not as good as it could have been, which
still way better than my first song, so good job with that. I'll say that. And you guys kind of did a live version of that somewhere, because that
we
version
did.
is out there too.
Yeah, we did a whole live session, and
Okay.
then we only released HMO4
Okay.
on like Spotify.
Tell me about Uneasy Hearts Weigh the Most.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
that was awesome.
That was a lot of fun.
That was really
I
fun.
was just on Facebook one day, and Dance Gavin Dance and Rise Records, they were doing a Dance Gavin Dance cover contest.
Okay.
We had maybe 2 weeks
Mhm.
to get it done.
It was
We
not
did
long.
it in a week, and we were instantly on the front page. We were so close. I
Didn't
think
we
you
get
had
like
to get like
second or third in the votes or something?
Yeah, we were like right in the top 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like the top 3, or I think only the top winner got some type of prize. But
Mhm.
we just rushed it out, and it was fun. It was awesome. That's one of my favorite bands.
Yep.
I was like, I was unaware of that So I just thought it was you guys' song because I don't know anything about Backstabbing Gats. And I was like,
Yeah, I wish.
this is fucking weird. I mean, it wasn't bad. I was just like, and it's only on Spotify too. It's not on Bandcamp or anything. And I was just like, this is kind of funky. It's a little raw. I'm just like, maybe they were just like either stoned or fucked up. One day or something like
Well, probably that's not the
They
reason.
probably
yeah.
were stoned.
Yeah.
One guy was probably asleep. That's why he's not here anymore. Yeah.
Okay, that makes complete sense because I was like, where the fuck did that song come from? I was like, man, Rob must have got his heart broke or something, man. 'cause it was
That was Rob's breakup song.
Yeah.
All right, now I feel like an idiot, but I don't know. So
That's
Dance
great.
Gavin Dance, that singer was an Idola after that?
So the singer who's doing Dance Gavin Dance now is basically the
From
writer
Idola.
of Idola. Correct,
Okay.
Andrew. He was playing
Okay.
guitar for Dance Gavin Dance for a while, and now he's their fourth vocalist.
Okay.
So
I
do
thought
you know
there was
Johnny Craig?
No,
Okay.
I thought
Wow.
there was some
familiar.
correlation there. Yeah, I don't know. I just know you call him Idola, I call him Idola, whatever.
I don't
just,
know what's right either.
I just think they make sweet fucking music,
They're
so
great.
that's how I know them. But wasn't ever privy to the Dance Gavin Dance.
Mm.
Yeah. So let's get into the Sum of All Parts EP. This just came out this year, then March 28th,
Oh, wow, yeah.
2025, right?
I feel like
6 months
all
now?
those songs have been like we've been working on them for so long. I feel like we released it like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
started them 2 years ago or whatever,
Yeah,
or what?
at
you know,
least,
that's
yeah.
how it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
But first things first, let's just kind of talk. We talked a little bit of production, but what was that like for you guys actually professionally doing this instead of just kind of fucking doing it on your own? What correlation did you see between trying it yourself and then actually having someone else do it for you?
For me, it was just kind of like I just wanted to put out the best product that we could because at that point we had been playing shows like people were somewhat familiar with us, at least in the local scene. You know what I mean? And I'm just like it's kind of like a waste of time to not like do our absolute best. Not that we have to like spend the most money, but like let's save up a little bit, spend some money, get some guys that we're confident in, and just make this sound as good as we reasonably can.
Yeah, amen.
Yeah, that was really the thing. Like we could do it DIY, and I'm sure it would have sounded fine. Like we learned a lot from recording the first 6 EPs, and like our demos these days sound much better when we do them ourselves. But it's like it's just that little bit of extra polish. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That's really what I was like.
Yeah, like I was saying, like going somewhere to, somebody who does drums all the time, has a, dedicated space. I mean, it was kind of weird because it was a smaller room where the drum, but it was what I'm thinking where it's, they had the sound paneling. It was built to record, so you got the good room sound.
Yeah.
And they, luckily, since they worked at Sweetwater, so they can borrow gear. So they had,
hell yeah.
so we were, basically using professional grade equipment and all that, and just getting all those sounds. The three of us went. I know Rob, you had something going on, so you couldn't go, but
Yep.
we made it a trip, like a big weekend trip. Went down there, spent all the time recording. We had a couple other guys come in, like that they knew that kind of into metal, that had give kind of like some outside input to hear, and basically get as good of live drums as we could, and then after pretty much we did that, it was basically we sat for probably 2 months trying to find who we wanted to basically put it all together for us, and thankfully we found Kevin, Lost Fire, right?
Lost
For
Fire's
Lost Fire,
Productions.
and he showed us some of his stuff, and we're like, yeah, we want to work with you. And he was really good to work with, and
Oh yeah.
he was in his basement too,
Mhm.
and he said it still sounded really good. And then again, we like guitar and bass straight in DI, no amps or anything. I think everything was neural DSP,
Okay.
plugins and all that. But yeah, we went back there. So he was in Ypsilanti
Ypsilanti, yeah.
at the time. So it was still like an hour and a half drive for us to go down there. We'd go down there. I think it took us 5 weekends kind of going back down there to get all our stuff done, and then he would go down
Vocals too, and
vocals kind of go back. But my experience there, he was really good, and it was nice having a producer that he wasn't just like does it sound good? Yeah. Oh, go ahead. He'll be like, no, let's do that again.
You can do it better.
Oh,
He
he's
can do it better.
on your
Yeah.
ass,
Yeah.
in the best way. But he
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that kind of a rude awakening as far as like being so green to recording? Like, oh, holy shit! Because when you start hearing yourself in some real shit, you're like, oh yeah, I'm making a lot of
sir.
mistakes.
I,
Even just a little dumb shit. Not even if it's a mistake. You're like, where the fuck is that noise
Yeah.
coming from on the guitar?
Mhm.
Like, I didn't know I made that dumb noise every time I picked it
Mhm.
like that. You know?
Yeah, it was, at least for me, a little bit. I had practiced pretty fucking rigorously,
Okay.
like getting ready for that. And then I had done like the one song on guitar before, and then that was kind of like the oh shit, I suck.
Yeah.
And then so going into there, but then you learn everything every single time you go in. And then Kevin is also an amazing guitarist. That dude absolutely shreds. So he was pointing out things to me too. Like I was like learning how to play guitar. It felt like, and it was just so good, man. It was a great experience, and obviously like the product was awesome.
Yeah.
It was just great, top to bottom.
Yeah, I got called out. I was playing a part for 2 years wrong. He called me out.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
and
remember
he
that.
knew.
And he
Our
knew.
producer knew,
I was
not our
like-
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, that don't sound right,
Yeah.
dude.
Yep.
Yeah, some of
like-
these producers have like supersonic hearing. They
He
just
does.
can pick out
Yeah.
any microtone that's off,
Mhm.
out of tune. Nope, take it again.
Mhm.
And that's good.
Yeah, you want that.
That's good.
And you want a guy that can gently let you down. Like, nope,
Yeah.
Mhm.
retake that.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
let
He's
me stop
very
you right there.
encouraging.
Yeah.
He's very encouraging. He's like, dude, you just killed that last one. Just do it again, just like you did it.
Right.
Then you go and fuck it up a couple times, but he's still
Yeah.
like, dude, you got this. Take a sip of water
Yeah.
and then do that same vocal take 10 times.
Yeah, my thoughts on this EP were like you guys probably had to practice a lot to get to being
Oh, yeah.
that tight, period, and
Yeah.
then only to get into the studio to make like 1,000 mistakes. Because I'm like, there's no way. Like, no matter how tight you are going into that, I'm like, you probably did a couple thousand takes.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh,
it's just,
for
it's
sure.
just fucking.
It's just the nature of the beast,
Yeah.
really. If you're
Yeah.
trying to get the most perfect shit, like
Yeah.
you got to take it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
It's just
100%.
Yeah, like I had
you
to
know.
change up a way that I would scream a part here and there.
Yeah, I could just feel the story unfolding before I even had you guys in the room. I was like, I know they did a bunch of work in the studio to
Yeah.
make this.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
4 songs, I was like, I bet they worked their asses off to get
Mhm.
these 4 songs together.
I mean, that's kind of the sound that we wanted. Like there's some merit to like sounding really raw, and like
No,
that
yeah,
can
right.
sound great sometimes, but it's just like in terms of like our kind of brand of metalcore, I felt like
Yeah.
the polish was really
Yeah.
important.
Oh, yeah.
And just getting everything, just get it fucking right. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. I think there's a time and place for all kinds of, like, if you guys are more like a death metal band, like we had Decedent on the show, they're more of a death metal band and they want that raw
Yeah.
death metal, ugly kind of
Mhm.
sound. I mean, it still sounded good and polished, but
Mhm.
like when you guys are playing with the precision that you play with all these little intricate rhythms, everything has to be clean. Because if that did sound raw, you're just gonna be like, what the fuck is
Yeah,
going
it's-
on? I can't
Yeah.
even really hear what's
Mhm.
happening.
Mhm.
So what about you, Jordan? As far as you said, you've been playing drums for a long time. Have you played with the click tracks before? And
Yes.
Okay.
So I've been playing with the click track since we were using Ableton in church we started using that when I was about 12. So I started playing with the click then, and then when we did a marching band together, and I was on drumline, and on drumline they have this thing called the gok block, and they'll stand right behind you going bah, 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 bah,
Oh.
bah. So I'm used to having like
Jeez,
something
yeah.
banging against my head for
Yeah.
time.
yeah,
So once I started doing that, and I was like getting really frustrated at that point, but my every instructor I had was like, if you can't play with a click, I don't care how good you are, you won't get paid. You won't get a job. You won't, like, it doesn't matter how good you are. You got to be able to do this. So from that point, I practiced with the metronome almost all the time.
yeah. No lies detected there, man.
Yeah, she's straight spitting truth there,
Yeah.
especially for a drummer. Look, for the other musicians, maybe you just like can fall back on your drummer, but
Mhm.
he's got to be able to be that tight. And I think if
100%.
you want to get more gigs, like more bands or studio time, session work, all of that, then absolutely.
Mhm.
If you want to do more than just the bank on the one band, like don't ever bank on the one band making it. So that you're gonna make the buku bucks. If
Mhm.
you want to be diversified, you want to be able to do these other genres and
For
play with
sure.
it.
Mhm.
And then starting with gospel, because gospel was such like an upbeat, fast paced,
Okay.
like we were just basically like, so I'm doing that with a click, just bang, bang, bang. So I've just, over time, it's now a second nature. Sometimes I'll like lose it in my ear, and then I'll look at you guys, I'll be like, I cannot play your drums now.
Yeah.
Like, you want me to play drums and I have no click? Sorry.
yeah.
Sorry, can't happen.
Yeah. No, live and die by that click, man. That's
Yes,
it's good.
sir. Yes,
It's good,
sir.
especially if you're not used to it and you start to go to record. That's what we ran
sir.
into in our early days.
Oh,
We
yeah.
recorded our first album, no click, and then I'm playing shit differently the second time because the drummer's playing it way too fast. I'm like, dude, we'll never do this again. And then we
Mhm.
then we got him playing with a click, but he was just so weird to it. Now it's second nature to him, but it was just so weird if you haven't
Growing
done it
pains.
before, you know.
And especially starting out with a click, it's definitely like a push-pull. Like you're either pushing it, like
Yeah.
trying to push yourself faster to get on it, or you're like, all right, let me drag because I feel like I'm a little ahead of it. So over time, that's definitely like you find your spot in that nice
Yeah,
middle.
Absolutely. Yeah, you should have told your teacher, hey, I'm going to probably play in a metal band. I probably won't make any money anyway, but you know, I'll still play with a click.
listen, the brand I'm going for won't pay me anyway, but I'll be good at it. I'll be good at it, and we'll hope.
Absolutely. No, I hope you guys get paid one day. We all hope for that, right?
Yeah.
Amen.
That's kind of an ongoing joke about the whole metal thing. It's not the easiest genre to fucking get going in, you know.
Oh, no.
Not at all.
But nowadays it is a little more, I feel, accessible. There's a lot more bands, you know, that can work against you a little bit too. But man, it's all about your grind and stuff. And I do like you guys' grind as far as seeing your different videos and stuff you put out, playthroughs, stuff on social media.
Mhm.
I wanted to commend you guys on that because a lot of bands, they barely ever post, period, or they don't. You guys, at least if you have a show, you got a new picture, a new live video, or you're promoting a show, or, you know, I see you do vocal covers on TikTok, or it'll be covers of the band or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's cool that you guys are at least creating and with the new wave of the shit that we have to do, because we can't be just musicians anymore or just podcasters. We got to be social media fucking dudes too,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
'cause
it's
that's
awesome,
the only way
right?
people. Yeah.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah,
That's
us
exactly
true-
why I joined a band.
yeah,
Yeah, just
us-
host Instagram.
Yeah,
reels.
us true artists are like, this is fucking.
I joined a
stupid.
band to
That
sell
sucks.
T-shirts, dog.
Yeah.
What are you
It
talking
sucks,
about?
but that's kind of why I pretty much make sure we're on top of our shit on that. That's why I like to have the playthroughs, because hey, it's content, but it's also music. It's
Yeah.
Mhm.
instead of just doing silly videos all the time or
Guess who our
just
drummer is?
messing around. Yeah,
Oh
that-
yeah. And you guys all
Whatever.
try to fuck off back
Yeah,
there.
right, yeah.
You know, we
Seen
have
that.
to. You have to be a face for your band and be able to connect to, but it's hard to walk that line of being silly or just content creators. It's a mess.
Yeah.
I hate it.
It's
Yeah.
It's the
Because-
fine line of like trying to have fun with it, but also like showing that we are serious.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially if you're not known as a serious band, you kind of listen to the music. Or, I mean, if you're known as a serious band, you listen to the music, and these guys are pretty serious. And then if you're kind of doing these weird, contrived, fuck off skits of doing cartwheels and who's your drummer and who's the
Yeah.
bass,
Yeah.
it's kind of, I get it why you do it, but you
Yeah.
kind of got to find like what's true to you, right?
Yeah,
What-
for
what-
sure.
what
Yeah, not to
content is
knock
true to
people
you.
that are doing that.
Right,
It's just like,
absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
could not be fucked.
Yeah.
Like-
that's just me.
I could not.
No.
And I mean, we do like we really not really the only funny one we ever did was the Christmas one.
That
last
was
year.
great.
That was
Yeah,
fun.
we
That
do like
was
some
really
show
fun.
promotions that
That
are just
was-
dumb.
We had both of my bands that were ready at the time. It was our first show together.
Yeah.
We dressed you up as
I was
Santa,
Santa.
Nice.
and we just did like it's like a promotional video. It was
Yeah, we had
just
the
fun stuff.
his bass player in his other band. Greg, he sat on my lap and is like, "Hey, what do you?" Asked Santa, like, "What do you want for Christmas this year?" And was like, "Oh, I want a guitar player because they needed a film guitar player."
Oh, I was feeling good for
Yeah,
And
that.
then
yeah.
we like put him in post, like just
Yeah.
pop up out of nowhere
Dumb.
as his
Yeah.
present,
Nice.
and
Dumb
it
as
was
hell.
so stupid, but everybody loved it.
That's
But-
good.
Yeah,
Those
it
things
was-
are cool when they're natural and you know, you
Mhm.
can like have
Yeah.
fun with it. But
Yeah.
the idea of like planning it and pulling out the camera and being that guy, like, hey guys, it's time to do the promo. Oh,
Yeah.
boo, fuck
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Oh, you feel like an
Yeah.
idiot doing it.
Yeah.
It seems so contrived, right?
Yeah.
Like,
But I mean,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
why it was nice for us because it was basically like we had everybody over and we're like,
Yeah,
let's
we're
just
just-
fucking do this.
Yeah, we're
Let's
just hanging
let's
out and we're like,
let's
yeah,
just do it. And
fucking post something,
it was
you know?
like it was like a quick idea, and then we're like, well, we have a chance, everybody over. Let's just quickly do it, and if
Fun.
it sucks,
Mhm.
we'll still post it.
yeah,
I
and
mean,
it did suck, and we still posted.
So we're gonna probably break this EP down track by track. We kind of got off track a little bit, but we were talking about the production. Now, as far as the mixing, mastering, excuse me, who did you say did that again? I'm sorry.
Kevin Julia of Lost Fire Productions.
Okay, where's he out of? Michigan?
Kevin
or-
Jutia. He was in Ypsilanti. Now he's in Novi. He was he plays guitar in the band Alive and Stand By. He produces a couple of bands around here. He does Yayo's music. He writes for them a lot.
Did he do Neverender too, or is that?
I don't think he did
a
Neverender,
cover
but
that
he's
the
done
Neverender
covers with
guys
people.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in a couple bands. He's been in the scene for a little while, but he's a genius that more people need to go work with him right now.
100%.
I think the main selling point with this guy is his live drums are insane.
Yeah.
That was our main point for going with somebody and him.
It honestly not only his live drums. We just recorded a single with him that is releasing in like a week, and those are program drums. Just because we didn't really have the same
Still
live drums
unbelievable.
up. They sound incredible,
Yeah.
and they don't sound like fake and robotic.
yeah.
You know what I
No.
mean? Like he's just the best.
It's sounded on par with the EP. We'll get into that too.
Sweet.
We both got a chance to listen to that this morning. So,
yeah.
But yeah, it was just a name I'd never heard before. That's why I asked again, because I was like, he did a phenomenal job, especially
Yeah.
if he doesn't
He's
really.
great.
Do
He has a
lot of
YouTube
metal, you know?
award on his wall. He's
Oh
got.
yeah.
He did this like cover song was a Mulan cover, and it absolutely blew up
Oh,
over like millions of views.
Oh,
on YouTube.
damn.
He's got
I don't even know. what
he
to
might
do.
have gotten two like you know like the sales awards or something for
Yeah.
the views and stuff.
yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool though.
Yeah,
Nice.
Did a great job.
So it opens with Reset, right?
Mhm.
Absolutely beautiful melody in this. The guitar playing is awesome on it. The chorus vocal melody, like I said, was totally cool on this. And then right after that, I think it's the second chorus that goes into the sick ass groove. Really like this one. This one had a guest vocal on
Mhm.
it.
Yep.
Who was that?
That is actually the other guitar player for Nothing After This right now, Nate.
Oh, okay.
He's been one of my best friends for 15 years as well.
Okay. So, we got anything to say about that, Nick? Did you write any notes on that? Or
I did not. I just
Okay.
listened to it in the shower and in the
Okay.
drive, so I got it in
Okay.
good twice.
Yeah.
I loved. I pretty much kind of like came in early with I love the metalcore sound that you guys did,
Yeah.
and every one of these songs is really good. But yeah, it starts out heavy, a lot of awesome guitar work that I noted, and I love all these choruses. So I'm gonna let you break them down.
Yeah,
to
I
the
just have
nitty-gritty.
I just have a few notes on a
Yeah.
couple of them, but that was a great song. Goodbye to Hero, another really good one. I watched the drum video of this one, the drum playthrough of this one actually after going through the EP. Another awesome melody. Right after the first chorus, there's this really cool melody that comes in. And then the drum work on this is the one I was kind of alluding to with the hi-hat work. I just like all the little splashes and
Yeah,
the
That's
little,
awesome.
little
man.
stuff that you do. Like you're just carrying the beat and you're, like I said, you're not overdoing it, Jordan. Like you're not doing too much where it's just like, what? You're trying to be all technical. But you just give me enough in between some, because Pat, you got a lot of staccato, like, there's a lot of stops and stuff. So there's room in there to do things, but you don't like overdo it so it sounds sloppy. You just kind of give me a little bit of extra shit in between those little spots. And that's cool.
Yeah.
That part of Goodbye to the Hero is my favorite, like 30 seconds of music on the whole EP. It's
Oh, yeah.
so
Yeah.
just groovy and it's like
Mhm.
pretty, but I love that. The drums on it are great. The hi-hats are, it's so fun to play too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Listening to the drumming, I feel like I could tell you had a lot of other influences because this is a Djent style of music that I'm hearing,
Mhm.
but he does so much more up top to fill in that space. I was like, he's got to have a lot of other influences.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of drummers will have even that empty space with that Djent, and they'll just kind of let it fill in either with the guitar lead or bass, what have you, or that backing track, right? But you had enough going on. I was like, no, they kind of lean into him with the fills and stuff. So all that drumming was very tasty, and I noticed
Thank
that
you.
as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's this one fill that you do when kind of after you're doing the little hi-hat part and then you roll on the toms and then you kind of hit one bell up top. Like that was really fucking cool. I was
Thank
like,
you.
that was
Thank you.
very tasteful, man. Like,
Yeah.
Thank
Then
you.
we go into that nasty breakdown.
Yeah,
that
It's
is-
a little. It's
yeah.
probably our simple breakdown, but we have extended it live now,
All right.
so we can open up a wall of death at the right show.
Then it goes to, is it Continuum?
Yes.
Absolutely love the opening riff on
Mhm.
this. I
Mhm.
believe this is the one you come out almost with a clean singing more
Mhm.
at the beginning of this,
Mhm.
which is, I mean,
Who's different?
I will say, and Nick and I will both say this, we'll just jump before we get all the way here. The crappy thing about this EP is only 4 songs long. Like, I want 4 more fucking songs, bros. Like,
Yeah,
Thank you.
They'll come.
but
Yeah.
I know shit's expensive. I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not easy just to put out product like this all the time.
Right.
People may think that because of the whole fucking heard it
Mhm.
on to the next thing. That's the world we live in, right? It's just
Mhm.
like, but
Oh, there'll be another new album next week for sure.
Yeah,
It'll
like-
sound,
yeah.
it'll sound like this one with production quality, but It takes a lot of time to get these
I
things out,
wish.
even
Yeah.
4 songs. Fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But
Continuum.
I just thought it was cool on Continuum where you came in with a clean vocal off rip, so you gave me a little. It's not like the same formula. We're giving a little different feel to the beginning of this song.
Yeah.
The grooves on this one, especially with the kick, this is where you come in with the gentleman. Like you fucking all the kick stuff and the rhythms with the bass and the guitar are just so tight. And I know that shit ain't easy to do with all the, especially after watching the new video, and we'll get to that too.
Yeah. This one.
To me,
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the bass really stands out to me on this one too. And this also has that cool little gang vocal that I noticed, which is kind of.
Yeah.
I just like little
That was
things
fun.
like that. Maybe you guys don't do it all the time. Maybe
Mhm.
it's not a overused thing, but sometimes it's just those little extra spice on that song that really makes that one stand out compared to the other one, right?
Yeah, I felt like this one, if anything, had that at the after the burial sound. It was this because it had a little bit
Oh,
more of
okay.
that tempo,
Sure.
a little
Yeah.
more energy rollout. I was like, because the other stuff sounds a little bit more groove in the pocket
Right.
with the down tempo, or it was not chill, but it was like more in the pocket. This one just had like that pissed
Yeah,
off energy coming
continuum.
right out the gate. I was
Yep.
like, ooh, like that one. I felt like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I like the diversity from the first 2 songs. That was one of the notes that I did have. I was like, oh, that one kind of stands out because now you're giving me a little different beat, a little different tempo.
Sure.
And I like a little spice like that. Even on a 4-song EP, like, hell yeah. That changed my mood immediately. I was like, ugh. And the clean singing was different
Yeah.
because the energy was up, but then he started singing over the top of it. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
That's-
definitely a couple of cool things
It's
happened.
like our
at the same time.
fastest, but it's like our least heavy at the same time. That's
Right,
why
yeah.
I was interested. You said that's the one that's like after the burial, which to me is like, they're pretty heavy.
Right.
And Continuum's are least heavy, but I totally get what you mean. I mean, it is that kind of energy fast
Yeah,
stuff
they-
like that.
And
Yeah.
they do have that melody usually to
Yeah.
complement,
Yeah.
so,
Oh, yeah.
whether it's the
Yeah.
backing track or the lead guitarist himself. But yeah, there's some spots definitely it fits for you guys.
Sure.
And then Departure, the final song on the EP. Totally cool. This one starts with them cleans, right? The bam, bam, right? And then I just like in the middle of the song, it kind of comes back and then it drops out and then everything comes in and those cleans are still going in the background. I was like, that is just a great touch to be able to touch on that melody, but also bring the heaviness into it where it has the theme through the whole song instead of we're just riff soup and a bunch of shit, right? Like you guys have themes to your songs and you bring parts back, so that helps a lot. And then I really like the live video on this one. It was a little like it looked like you were at the Sanctuary, maybe even Papa Pete's. It looked
Sanctuary,
like
Papa Pete's,
yeah.
Music
Couple other-
Factory.
Yeah.
I sent him like 4
I was
different.
gonna say there's a
locations.
conglomerate
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
different places in that video.
Mhm.
I'm assuming that you guys play live with a click too.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
because
Yes.
your
Whole
drums
live
were
rig.
like perfectly right on.
Yeah.
So I was like, either stretch
Yeah.
the fuck out of this video or which you don't know. We don't play with the click. I wish we could, but that's just like a whole different separate. We're just some
Whole
old
nother
guys
world.
that want to rip a
It's
little
like another
bit, you
band
know?
member you got to take care
Yeah,
of.
absolutely.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
just
True.
we're just some old guys that want to raw dog it. We ain't got no aspirations to do anything. So just to play some heavy shit sometimes. But yeah, this was absolutely cool. I love the breakdown in this song as well. Fucking it really stood out to me.
Oh
So
yeah.
great work on the EP. Like I said, I wish it was a little longer, but I totally understand. I mean, for you guys almost saying like this is kind of us. This is what we
Exactly.
have to represent
Yep.
ourselves. I think it's fucking incredible.
Yeah, that
man.
was-
you guys
Yeah.
got you guys
Exactly
did a
the
great
point. They
job.
were like, we need some we sound completely different than we used to. We need to get this shit out. Like, this is what we sound.
Yeah.
This is us.
And
Yeah.
that's exactly where the title of the EP comes into
Yeah.
play. Those are our sounds. This is
Yeah.
us. This
Yeah.
is what we do.
No, I love it. I love everything about what you guys are doing. I love the artwork. I love the band logo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love the style of music. So, you guys, I'm looking forward to a full length, and I know I'm asking a lot because you just fucking dropped this thing in March, late
Yeah.
March, so it's not even that old yet. But really, I feel like I hope it's a quick turnaround to get like a batch of 8 or 10. Is that something you guys would do, or are you guys going to go back to the single formula where it's just a couple of songs at a time? And has it been a discussion yet?
Yeah, our game plan right now is singles.
Okay.
Just to like keep the kind of flow of content moving, you know what I
Sure.
mean? Instead of like being absent for 2 years and then
Yeah.
like, hey, remember us?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Kind of
yeah.
what happened with the EP. We took a little because of member changes and other stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
Not just because we weren't doing anything. It's a lot of work, but singles and EP seem to be the route for, I think, getting more stuff out,
Yeah. So speaking of singles, we got Spirit Annihilated coming out here pretty quick.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I mean, to me, you said the drums were programmed. To me, it sounded pretty much close. Like I
Yeah.
felt like it could have been a song that was omitted from the EP. Honestly,
Kind of was, to
Basically.
be honest.
Okay,
But
that-
Yeah.
who runs the Instagram? You
Yeah,
do,
yeah,
Rob?
I sent you
so,
those notes.
So yeah, because
Yeah.
you said that it was something that you continued to change, so you couldn't really make up your mind. when you
Continuing.
went to go to-
I think at least half of that song was like fully written before 2 or 3 of the songs on the EP were, and I just couldn't find a way to finish the song.
Mm.
So I was like, all right, fuck it. I got pissed off. I was like, I can't do this. For whatever reason, I can't finish this song.
Mm,
I came to it after, and we're done with it now. But
yeah.
yeah, man, that was a pain in the ass to write. The first version of the song that we still have it on our Google Drive. It's just like a 1.5-minute demo, just idea of a song. And
None
that
of
was the
those
original
riffs
one.
are on it.
None of the riffs are on it. Every single
None
riff
are
got
on it, yeah.
replaced, and none of the ideas are even
Yeah.
really relevant at all. Like it's just a
Mhm.
completely different sound than how it started. So I mean, this song has been in the works for so goddamn long.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, we did it.
So how does it feel to get it out finally?
Great. It's my favorite song. It's my favorite song that I've ever written. I think it's so
Okay.
good. I think there's like parts from kind of every different sound that we had on the EP. There's like that like cool part in Goodbye to the Hero that we were talking about. Like there's some of that kind of groove. There's some really up-tempo, fast fucking breakdowns and some shreddy stuff. Rob's got a great vocal line on the chorus. Like, I just think it's great. I
Yeah.
can't wait to get it out.
Yeah, I absolutely thought the song was great. The chorus was something that did stand out because it was a little different. Not like it was different for you, Rob, but I almost felt like the chord progression that you guys were using, almost like the strummy kind of thing, was a little bit different than some of the stuff you
For
did
sure.
before too. Like it really stood out as like, okay, this is like the melodic, super melodic chorus part, and I just thought it was really good.
A lot of just Pat showing off here in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Nick, you got a little like, I noticed a
yeah.
little
Yeah.
shit on that too. So you're doing your thing on there too, buddy.
Yep.
I watched the video and I was like, man, them guys got a lot of strings. Holy shit!
Too
Yeah.
many.
Like we said before, is like when they started off, it was 2 baritone, 6 strings. When I joined first bass, I was playing just jazz bass, and then they're like, "Oh, we're playing in drop G sharp," and I'm like, I can't do this on a 4-string.
Yeah.
So I had a 5-string, and I was playing that for a while, and then I kept trying to find, because I was having problems with the tension, especially because like I don't want to go out there and be playing, basically a bridge cable on my bass
Yeah.
to get to that low with that tension. And eventually I found, like, I saw that the fan frets, and I got a nice Ibanez fan fret, and that was working perfectly for the G sharp. And then this man's like, I want to add a low F. So I'm like,
My bad.
crap. I can't do that on here. Like I tried with the Digitech drop pedal, and just when you get that low, especially in bass, you just kind of lose a lot of that sound on there. So I'm like, you know what? I've wanted a ding wall forever. I have some saved up, and that's when Sweetwater finally brought in ding walls, and I'm like, man, I got a Sweetwater card. I can,
I didn't know that.
So yeah, they brought them.
How recent is that?
It was about last year or
I
something
haven't
like
had
that.
need of a new bass. I did want a ding
Yeah.
wall at some point. I don't think they were part of Sweetwater.
No, they were. They joined. They got them in like a year and a half ago.
because before it
and-
was like you had to wait. You had to order it, and it's like a year out. I'm like, who the fuck
Exactly.
wants to buy an instrument and wait a year for it?
Ex-
That's crazy.
exactly.
That's
So
insanity.
So luckily, I saw the nice white 6-string. I'm like, all right, I'll do it. And I got it in, and I love that thing. Right now, it's in it's got a fix, it's got a grounding problem, but I love that bass. And fortunately now it's because of the world we live in, the tariffs. They went up a shit ton of money,
Oh yeah, I got that right in.
and so like I got it. Like I could sell it now for more than I paid for it, but
Okay.
I love it so much. And then because he's got like the 8-string Rob Scallion signature, and so it's just both of us up there with too many fucking strings.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
strings.
I was like, damn, man, that's a lot of strings.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, your guys' sound is fantastic.
Mm.
So what is the anything else you want to talk about the new release, Spirit Annihilated? Anything we may have missed, or
Now, this is the one that was
So-
on my Google Drive, correct?
yeah, the one I
So-
sent you this
yeah,
morning
let's do
because
it.
Rob sent that to me earlier.
Actually, yeah, we do. We got a vocal feature on the breakdown for that one from
do.
yeah, it's
Should
from
say that.
Justin from Never Ender.
Neverender.
Okay,
Who
cool.
was an absolute monster. I think I heard his feature. I don't even know if I heard it before he actually went and recorded it, and then I got the demo mix back from Kevin. Like, this dude's fucking ridiculous.
Do we have these guys on the docket?
Yeah, like
I'm pretty sure you guys
Yeah.
reacted to him. Yeah.
We
Yeah,
absolutely love that band.
they're
They're
coming in
amazing,
2
yeah.
weeks, I think.
Promoted
couple
them
weeks
plenty,
they'll be here.
so-
Yeah,
Yeah,
they'll be here in a couple weeks.
Justin's got
Sweet.
a great just vocal range. He's a machine, dude.
Hell
I
yeah.
guess for everybody else, we have a guitar and a bass playthrough coming out for that song the same
sweet.
day
Sweet.
that it drops.
Yep.
Sweet.
That'll be on YouTube.
Hmm.
That's all October 27th.
Yeah.
On Fishy's birthday.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so it'll be out.
Yeah, this won't be out. This will be out after that, but it's out now, so go check it out
Yes.
now.
Yes, run right
but
over.
want to tell me a little bit about the playthrough video a little bit for it? Is that something you guys just did yourself, or did somebody?
So
come shoot
it
that,
goes
or-
back to all the content things. We really want something to come out with every song. I don't want to just drop a song and drop a song. I want a
Yeah.
music video, a playthrough, anything with it, a lyric video, a
Smart, yeah.
visualizer.
Yeah.
So Pat here's we're really talking about the production of them, not just the music, the videos. We can be DIY with everything we want, but how good can we make this?
Yeah.
We want our videos to look as good as our music sounds.
Right.
Yeah.
So we've been going with Kenneth Jones, KRJ Visuals. He's the vocalist of Set Fire to This,
Okay.
another band from around here.
Yeah, we just listened to their track
and
last
the dude
week.
is amazing.
Oh.
He knows what he's doing. He'll tell you, "Hey, I want this." Like, he's really good with, and the turnaround with him is great. Like, "Hey, I'll have it done for you in a week."
Yep.
Okay, sweet.
So what did that look like? I was just curious because I seen there was a few angles. There was like a picking angle. There was like a wide angle of both you guys, and then sometimes it would go in on the hand as well. So are we recording this multiple times? Does he have multiple rigs set up, or what does that look like?
Yeah, a couple different angles coming because he brought Ricky, who plays bass and Set Fire to This, so they were kind of both filming us,
Okay.
working on it together.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a couple different angles, and he was he just wanted to get as many shots as he could.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually I don't know if you guys saw it, but we did a drum playthrough that same day as well.
I
Mhm.
didn't see that. I
Yeah.
seen.
Yeah,
you
I
guys
haven't
kinda
gotten
had
that
a-
yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we're still looking for that.
Okay.
Yep,
Yeah.
that'll
I-
come out maybe a week after.
All right. The
Just to
only
keep
drum
content
playthroughs
rolling.
I seen were the one for the EP. You
Mhm.
were like in
Mhm.
that room.
hmm Yeah, like those were done ours.
Yeah.
Those
Oh,
were done
okay.
ourselves in our basement.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
you'll be able to see the difference in how much better, you go to somebody who knows what they're doing. We're
Yeah.
paying them for a reason.
Yeah,
Mhm.
especially when it comes to like getting the lights right, the
lighting,
coloring
yes.
and all that. That shit
Yeah.
I still don't even know how to do. I just set shit up and I'm like, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for that room, it was like their friends.
So we have
thing.
one of my roommate from college and one of our friends from high school. He's in a like shoegaze band, and their guitar player. They're out in Waterford. It's like Pontiac area,
Okay.
and him and his dad they do car restorations. So they have a huge garage with a paint booth in the back,
Okay.
and the paint booth looks awesome. So we're like, "Hey Nick, can we?" Another Nick, of course.
Yeah.
But we're like, hey, we they did a video in there a couple years ago and it looked cool, and I showed these guys and they're like, that looks like a cool area, because like we were kind of having a hard time like deciding like where do we want to do these playthroughs. Like we don't want it just on a couch in a basement.
Right.
We wanted to somewhere kind of cool, different, somewhere else. And he's like, yeah, sure, come down. And we went down and we did it in like 3 hours, not even
Yep.
full
Yeah.
drum and guitar and bass. And it was like Kenny was awesome, nice and quick, and get every shot that he could probably have every shot possible, and he did it in record time.
Mm.
But it was cool being in that room. It looks really cool.
So how many times did you have to go through it?
I think
Man, only like
I think
Two
we all did
things or so?
3.
Yeah, it was like 3
Jordy did
takes.
3,
Yeah. I think we,
and then we did 2 where he kind of did me and him together, and then 2 takes of just him with me
Okay.
to the side, and then 2 of me with
Okay.
him to
Yeah.
the side.
got through it pretty quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not bad at all to rip through it 3 takes or whatever.
Oh, no.
It's not like
Yeah,
you're
it's
spending a whole day doing
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
It's cool. I thought the guitar and bass one looked great, man. I
Mhm.
love the little edits and some of the little effects he just added, like not too much so it takes away from it because
Yeah,
you're not
exactly,
recording a
yeah.
music video, so it doesn't have to be all fucking crazy effects
Yeah.
and stuff. But he did just put a little sheen in a few like transitions and stuff that made it
Yeah.
look really cool, and I like that.
No trippy
So-
70s scream
Yeah.
psychedelic Willy Wonka tunnel travel.
Yeah,
Dude, I will say
That's the On Easy Heart's Way the Most video. That's that one.
Yeah.
The fucking 70s rock.
I will say though, I feel like everybody, because like we're all pretty new to this outside of like we said, Jordy's been in a couple bands before, so like we didn't coming into the scene, we don't really know anybody, so we were like, oh, we got our buddy James to do drums for us. Oh, sweet, that sounds awesome. And it's like, oh, we know like 2 producers. Let's try with this Kevin guy. Oh, he's amazing. And we know like, we got like 2 guys that could do a video for us. Let's try Kenny out. Oh, it's so good, and he's like the best to work with
That's a good
ever. Like I
point.
feel like we're so lucky with the people that we work with. They've all been like so
Yes.
great so far,
Yes.
and it's just fun, dude.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's badass. You know, it takes a village, man.
Yeah, it
You know,
does.
Truly.
It
Compliments
really
you
does.
guys' music, though. I feel like everything about it is really professional quality, and you're a younger band or a newer band anyway. I think it'll be nice to watch you guys grow going forward, because some of these bands been around since before the pandemic and had
Mhm.
to take that hit. You guys all formed. Everything came together after that significantly, right? Like we all, because 2022 was the first.
The height of our practices was like we had been practicing a couple months before everything got locked down.
Okay,
When
so
everything
okay.
got locked down, we were at our house 4 days a week just jamming.
Okay.
Nice.
It was awesome.
And that was without me. That was before.
Yeah,
I
That
had
was before
joined.
me as well.
I was
So
gonna
that was like
say.
a whole. That was
Yeah.
like what became Atwater. You know,
Ah,
that wasn't
okay.
even Atwater
Okay.
at the time. So
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Want to tell me a little bit about the name? Because if you go 10 minutes that
I think
way,
you picked it.
Yeah.
if you go 10 minutes that way, you'll be at water right,
Right.
now.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
So I grew up right by Selfridge Air Base, and if you literally take couple feet down walk, you'll be in Lake St. Clair, and I lived right next to a street called Atwater. So I was like, we're in Michigan, literally surrounded by water. I have a street name over here, Atwater. Like, let's go with that.
I thought I remembered it being first of all, the band name selection for us was a horrifying process.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
It was
everyone
like
knows.
while we were recording the first 6 songs that are still on Bandcamp, we would take 30 minutes before every day, whether it was a band practice or we were
Mhm.
recording, whatever the fuck we were doing, we would sit down and brainstorm band ideas. And this went on for like 4 months or
Yeah.
so, forever. And we could not think of anything. And then I think somebody, it was either me, you, or even Matt, I think, that came up with Atwater's Edge for
Okay.
those reasons. Like,
Mhm.
there's just water everywhere in Michigan.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's kind of Michigan's thing.
Yeah.
And then you were just like, this is just Atwater.
I was like, we need to drop the edge.
Yeah.
It's just
Well, yeah,
too
when-
mouthy, in
Well,
my
when you,
opinion.
when you
Yeah.
came to me for the first time, I'm like, so what's the band name? I think it was Cloud Atlas,
Atlas,
at the
yeah.
time.
Okay.
It was not
It's
my
just like-
idea.
I
Was-
know,
that was not
it's
me.
like- you're
I
like-
want to put that on record. That one was not
Well,
me.
It's not, it's not
my
that
band.
bad. It's
And
not
then
that bad.
I think by the time actually that I came in to record, it was changed.
hmm
Maybe.
And Cloud Atlas is okay, but it's a movie, so you kind of want to dodge that.
Yeah, that
Well,
was kinda
Atwater's
the-
also
yeah.
a beer, so
Yeah.
That's why I wanted the space.
then if you
Here.
do at water's edge, you're like edge band, bro. Straight edge.
It's a cool name. It's a little bit more unique, and also you can dodge a lot of the maybe stereotypical or otherwise saturated band name market
Mhm.
that's out
Oh
there. where-
Jesus, man! How would you name your band now? What the fuck,
Yeah,
dude?
yeah.
There's every
It's
band
so
name,
hard.
and now there's
Too many of them are
bands
just,
that
like-
are named the same, and then they
Yeah.
release shit on
Yeah.
on
Just-
Amazon Music, and then you go to try to find it, and you're like, what in the
Which version?
Oh, so I was trying to dig up Origin, the band Origin,
Mhm.
listen to an old track. I had to go through some shitty ass EDM dude stuff for like page after page. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy, man? Like, we shouldn't be able to do this. Like, I'm looking for Origin grind death metal
Yeah.
shit, and I'm like, well, just
House
EDM
music.
bullshit at page after page, because you can just upload your stuff at any name. Like,
Anything, yeah.
I just uploaded
Yeah.
a new song yesterday, Metallica 1. It was fucking sweet.
That I will say, kind of.
famous now.
Yeah. The thing with picking a band name is that anything that you decide on is gonna sound stupid until you like
for sure.
release music or play a show or something.
Yeah.
It's like anything you do sounds dumb, and then
Mhm.
until it's like official and it's it kind of makes more sense after the fact. But
Yeah.
I-
Kind of
I-
like picking a logo or something. You hear it or see
Yeah,
it,
it's-
and then you kind of know.
it just all looks
Mhm.
dumb, and then you pick it. You're like, no, actually, that's the one. That is
Yeah.
the one.
I do like Atwater too, because it doesn't really pigeonhole your band. It's not like fucking
Yeah.
visceral disgorge or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, no clue what you're getting into. Yeah.
Yeah.
It fits.
you
It
kinda
gives you guys a
know.
lot of
Yeah.
room to write whatever you want to write.
Rotting orifice.
Atwater's always been
Right.
about whatever the fuck we want to be about.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally,
So
yeah.
it gives your music already spans quite a few different things, so it kind of gives you liberty to do whatever you
Mhm.
want, you
Yeah.
know, because if you were called something,
Dismembered.
Dismembered.
If it don't sound like
orifice or whatever,
chainsaws cutting up bodies, I don't want to hear it.
some other 3-word thing for dead babies or whatever it is.
Oh,
Fucking
it's a
so
good-
many bands.
Yeah, preferable band name Atwater.
Yeah. So we talked a little bit about the writing process, but you want to tell us a little bit about that? I know it kind of stems from you, Pat, but how does everybody else get involved, and what does that look like, especially you being such a new writer?
Right. I do a lot of it mostly by myself, and it's not even a thing of like I want to be completely in control of all the music and like, like my vision is the vision of the band or anything. I just can't improvise. Like I got some chops on guitar. Like I like that's fine. I can't improvise or jam at all. Like that's just nothing that I ever practiced. Like all
Right.
I did was like learn volumes and invent anime covers in my bedroom for like 8 years.
Mhm.
So I'm in a band and they're like, "Oh, come up with a riff," and I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?
What is
I don't know how
that?
to do that."
Yeah.
So I kind of have to just like sit there at the computer and I'll like, you hear a riff in your head and you like try to figure out how to play it yourself, or you like write it on Guitar Pro and then you play it like that.
Mhm.
But honestly, I think like the most fun writing sessions that I have are like we'll do band practice and like jam out our set and then like, do whatever band practice stuff we're doing. And then like the three of them will go sit on the couch and watch a Red Wings game. And then I'll be writing. And then every like 10 minutes or something, like, "Hey, is this awful? Is this the worst thing you've ever heard? Yeah. Okay. I'll try something else." And then we go from there. But there is a lot of collaboration specifically on vocals and drums. And then like occasionally some bass parts. Like I'll like structure the song and write like the foundation of it. And I'll write a lot of drum parts or fills that are like, I'm not a drummer. I don't know how to play drum. And then I'll show him to Jordy and he's like, "You
I
can't
don't have
do
3
this."
arms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't. I don't have 3 arms, or I
Right.
can't do this. So it's like, he'll make something actually playable, and then me and Rob collaborate a lot on vocals. He'll bring something to me, and then I'm like, "No, that sucks," and then, "No, that's really good," and then stuff like that. But yeah, it's not like all me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of collaboration that goes around still.
So would he send in demos from Guitar Pro first, or you send in a demo with a drum track and then here's a rough idea to
Yeah,
these guys, like in a
it's mostly
Dropbox or
that.
something?
Me and Fish actually live together.
Oh, okay, that helps.
So a lot, and
Yeah.
then we practice at our place. So it's a lot of it's just, I could just show them because we all live really close to each other too, which
Yeah,
is we're
nice.
really
5
fortunate to
minutes
have.
away
Oh,
from
that's
them
cool.
now. We all
Yeah.
went to the same high school.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's cool.
really lucky.
Yeah, that's cool. as
It's a
fuck.
lot more. He's sending more like recorded demos now that they
Yeah.
live together
Yeah.
because he was a sound guy and he's got all the recording stuff set up, so he can just Guitar Pro it out, and if he likes it, then he can record it and send it to
Okay.
us either way. It's a lot more. For me, I would be able to help him more if I could play more of his music right away.
Mm.
When I write,
Right.
it's like I play the riff 1,000 fucking times and I just keep doing it and feel it out. It's harder for me to write on top of his stuff because he's so sick, and I can't just pick up the guitar and start playing his riffs. That's
Start
not
ripping,
no. That's not happening with me.
Right.
But a lot of it is me fucking like, all right, man, what's the next riff? Put it in there, dude. I
Yeah.
need to hear it so I can help you get to the next part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now-
It is nice because we also have you two for the most part are kind of like whatever's written we'll play and we'll figure it out, and like that's cool because I mean you guys just like it,
Yeah.
And then Rob is really the one that's like, no, that's like that sucks.
Mhm.
So it's like it's nice that I can have like 2 guys that are like, yeah, this is good, like we can work on it this way or this way, and then one guy that's just like, what the fuck are you talking about right now?
Yeah.
Like, we got to get this shit out of here.
Yeah.
So it's good to kind of keep getting checked, you know what I mean, and like
Mhm.
make sure we're all kind of on the same page in the terms of what we want to do.
Yeah, we're all involved in every song every time,
Yeah.
no
Yeah, that's
matter
cool.
what.
Yeah, just because I'm the guy sitting on, punching shit into the Guitar Pro and recording, it's like yeah, I have a lot. Like I come up with most of the ideas, but it's nothing is like there's not a single note or drum hit on anything that we all haven't like looked over together. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's never been a part where like me or Jordy shows up and we're like, hey, I wrote a song, we're doing this one.
Yeah,
like, it's just
I
that
get
doesn't
that.
happen.
No.
No.
Yeah.
He used to give me a lot more vocals on the first 4/6. He would give me
Mhm.
lyric ideas. He actually wrote the chorus for Spirit Annihilated.
Oh, cool.
That's his melody, his rhythm. It's a little bit different when I do it from
Yeah.
what he wanted, but yeah,
Hell yeah.
he wrote a whole chorus for us.
That's a fucking sweet song. I mean, that's cool that you're so new to writing that you kind of have a good grasp on songwriting. So I'm just wondering where you get your structure ideas, because sometimes it's something we talk about a lot. We can get into riff soup, especially if you just want
Yeah.
to shred riff. But you also understand that if we do bring something back, it makes the songwriting a little easier, so we don't have to come up with 68 riffs in a song. Like we
Yes.
can.
Yeah.
That part was sweet. We should repeat it. So where do you come in with that idea? I mean, just from being so new to songwriting, I'm wondering.
Right. I tend not to I try to stay away from the riff soup as much as possible, just because I think structure is important.
Yeah.
I think you brought up earlier in Departure there was that one like clean lead that I bring back, and that actually is a different part. It's the same like melody, it's
Yeah.
just over a different part. So it's like that song's a little bit of a riff soup, but you're referencing stuff from earlier still.
Right,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
it's not a repeated part.
It's a theme,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
You know?
It's still a good song.
Yeah, like
songwriting.
not all
Yeah.
Harry Potter movies are the same, but there's a theme.
Yeah,
right? You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
So,
exactly.
You know.
No, I mean I got a lot of different influences. I mean you guys kind of nailed all of them right at the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
You know, like Vildyarda, Born of Osiris, and All That Remains, shit like that. And I think a lot of like the variety on the EP, like you go from like Departure where it's just heavy and like borderline deathcore, and then Continuum where it's like all like major keys and stuff like that.
And that's
It's like
singing.
I just get bored writing the same shit over and
Yeah.
over. Like I would love to be a deathcore band because deathcore's fun and stupid and ignorant and it's great. But I'm like,
He loves it though.
oh yeah,
Cut-
it's fucking
cuts out
incredible.
the great part.
He loves it. It's great.
No,
It's great.
you know, but that's
Enemy number one.
yeah, yeah. But there's
Stupid.
like, oh, it's so dumb, but that's like the best part of it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? It's
I
just
get you.
yeah.
I
you
think
just fucking
some of
go.
the writing process as well will sometimes they'll have 2 minutes of a song or 3 parts, and then kind of wait for me to go over
yeah,
it, and then
a
we
lot
can
of
decide.
that too. Yeah,
It kind of like it's 50-50. He'll give me a full song, and I'm fine with that. I don't care. I don't need
Yeah.
to. I don't need to be the driving force of the song. If you are, I'm
Yeah.
fine with that.
that actually has
We
been
we
helpful.
do like to do both though. With Drywall, we did a lot of like, hey, we're gonna sit here with this half of the song. We're gonna do vocals and see if that's how we're gonna build this one.
yeah, because you
we've
can
kinda
kind of
really
pick
done it all.
you can kind of pick a chorus based on like what's just straight up what's the catchiest vocal part. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like
Yeah,
let's just go
absolutely.
back
like,
to that again.
Like Muncher.
Yeah, like the new one
There's
that
2
we're
or
working on
3
right now.
choruses in that could be choruses
Yeah.
depending on what I throw on top of it to move it forward.
So what I hear you saying basically, Pat, is it was a lot of your influences that taught you like some of the things that had choruses and hooks. That's
Sure.
what spoke to you. So you
Yeah.
integrated that into writing. That's what I hear you saying.
For sure. It's also like I just that's something I keep in mind. Like I really try to make a point of doing that because there are bands that I listen to, like Vildyarda. August Burns Red is one of my favorite bands. A lot of their songs can be riff soup
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yep.
But I'm just like I always appreciate the catchy chorus, even though that's not really like a real metal thing. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
like you don't really think of like catchy choruses like that, but it's
No,
like
it's a
some
hook,
kind of
though.
earworm
Yeah.
hook.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I think that's important to have in a song,
Mhm.
and that's kind of what I want us to do. So I
Yeah.
make a point to do it.
I've kind of reevaluated my idea about that. Nick and I have grown up on a lot of the it's like death metal with pop structures, right? Like, but the bridge might be 4.5 minutes long because we kind of go out, we go to the mountain, then we come back and we'll throw the chorus in there. So we've kind of grown up on that, and some of our favorite shit is that. But we had a band on called Tunnel of Love. There's just some homies. They're like a
Hardcore.
hardcore power violence band, they say, kind of a little more grindy and stuff or whatever, real short songs and stuff. But they were saying on there that they enjoy that kind of stuff too, but their music doesn't really correlate to that. But there might just be that one thing, like an earworm, like a hook. So sometimes you don't always just have to have the pop structure in order to have a hook, right? But you just got to have that part that sticks out, almost like I said with the gang chant in the one song that we
Right.
were talking about earlier, right? It's like just one of those things that kind of hooks you in, makes it different. And it's that earworm, right? So
Yeah.
like I think you can have a good balance of both. I am a fan of the choruses. Like bring that bitch back. Like let me do that bitch.
Yeah,
back. Like,
yeah, if it's
that was a
good.
great melody.
For sure.
It sounded good. Like everything was cool about it. Why are we negating that for the rest of the song? Because even crazy bands like BT Bam, sometimes it might take them 6.5 minutes to get to the chorus again, but they'll come back to it eventually.
Right.
So they have a little bit of that in their music too. But I'm not sure where I was going with that, but I guess just the whole thing, it doesn't always have to be the pop structure, but
No, it doesn't.
I do appreciate it. But I understand what you're saying. It might not always be the metal thing, especially when most metal now is like the trendy shit is the deathcore shit, and
Yeah.
that's literally riff soup the whole fucking
Right,
time.
yeah.
You don't even understand what the vocals
and that can be
doing,
great
like-
sometimes.
Yeah,
It's just the
absolutely.
kind of vibe you're going for.
Yeah.
not really one
Yep.
thing's better than the others. Just kind of what I wanted
On
to make
this
a point
show,
to
there
do.
is better than I'm playing up.
No,
Deathcore
absolutely.
is stupid.
I'm fine with some deathcore, but I like stuff like in moderation, but also
Yeah.
I gotta have like some melody to it. So if it's just knuckle dragging the whole time, you're gonna lose me after one song. I'll give you one song. It better fucking slap. But any more than that, I need a little bit more. And you guys
Yes,
bring
sir.
I love it sometimes.
you guys bring plenty of that. I
There's-
always thought
there's a
some of your
place for
stuff.
it.
I could feel like there would be a little bit of deathcore influence when you get to the
Yeah, for
breakdowns.
sure.
Right? I'm like, I said it's mostly metalcore is my thought on it. I mean, if we're being very broad brushstroke again, but I was like, they're pulling a little deathcore in there. I could feel
Yeah.
that too, and that's fine too. As a genre, they take their lumps a lot, but
Yeah.
Mhm.
sounds
I
like
mean,
you guys have a really efficient songwriting process, though.
It
to
can be,
bring
yeah.
it back around. Like
Yeah.
you're bringing the bulk of it. These guys contribute their parts. Like I don't need
Mhm.
to redo anything. And then it sounds like Rob, you have a lot of input in terms of, all right, it's done, or this one's half baked. We got to take it back to the
For sure.
drawing board.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
I like that. The file sharing sounds very efficient too. Just instead of depending on meeting once a week, you can already have 6 days of listening to something by the time
Yeah.
you show up.
Yes.
It's like it's a really efficient way to have a band practice, and I think you guys are
Mhm.
doing a really good job on that front as well. A lot of bands could learn from that if they're not already doing it. We say it all the time on the show. You're recording your practices? No, consider it.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
Yeah.
It's just you listen back to it, come back 6 days later, and be like, we got to change 5 different things, and this part could be longer or better.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
Whenever we like play a new song at band practice that like it's nothing that we've played before,
Mhm.
there's always one band practice where we try for like 2 hours and it sounds like absolute shit, and I'm just like, how the fuck are we a band? Because we suck ass. And by the next
Yep.
week, it's like you've already fucked it up for 2 hours, and now you've listened to it for 6 days straight, and then we come back and you know, not great, but it sounds like the song. And,
Yeah.
you know, there's
Yeah,
so much
absolutely.
progress made that first week, but yeah, I think efficiency is definitely important for sure.
Mhm.
stay at home and
We do our
woodshed it.
best.
Yeah,
Yeah,
woodshed
woodshed
it
it,
for
yeah.
6 days, and then
Yep.
come back and clean
Yeah.
it up, and everybody sounds just tight and dialed in.
Absolutely.
That helps with changes too, like you were saying, just because sometimes like in the room it sounds cool. You're like, yeah, you kind of leave and then you listen to it and you're like, no,
Yeah.
no, not that part.
Some parts don't butt together real well.
Yeah.
And that's where that
Uh-huh.
growth kind of takes place. Probably you listen back to it and you're like,
Huh.
I need like a bar or two right here of just space
Yes.
that carries you volume, swell, atmosphere, production.
Mhm.
There's all of that stuff that you don't write it into the song on day
Mhm.
one. It's not how you write a song. You kind of go back in time and you revisit it and you're like, that part needs to be better, cleaner. I need a transition to happen here, something, whatever, fuck, I don't know, but give me something because these two parts don't go together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
I think every songwriter can relate to, like, you know, you might spend all day working on a song and then you listen to it at the end and you're like, this is the best shit I've ever written, and then you wake up the next day to put it back on and you're like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah.
Like,
I did that a lot because
All the
I
time, yeah.
used to make a bunch of beats all the time. Did a bunch of hip hop stuff, and I would do that a
Sweet.
lot. Be like,
Mhm.
man, this shit is hard, baby. And I listen to the next day. I'm like, no one's ever gonna hear this bullshit ever. This is
Yeah.
what was I thinking, man? But is that the same for you then, Rob? Too like, so you're going just as far as your vocal patterns go. Like, are we giving Rob input? Sounds like as well. Like, hey man, you're singing too much over this part.
Yeah,
or
just
whatever
Pat.
that
Only
looks
Pat
like.
says that I suck.
Yeah.
That's all he says. Yeah, no, it's just a lot of the times I will take the songs home and just sit there with my mic and just start belting out like patterns and just nonsense. And then sometimes that'll turn into the lyrics for the song. Or usually I just start off with nonsense and just kind of fill in noises where I would like to scream it like this.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, I don't think I've ever done one song and only sent one demo. For Drywall, Spirit Annihilated, we have 5 different versions of the chorus.
oh yeah.
I wrote 5 different versions of the chorus.
Okay.
So, like, whatever it takes to get us all there is whatever. These guys don't say a lot about, hey, we don't like that vocal thing.
Mm.
They're pretty much good with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Me and him, you know, we'll do all the final cuts and
I think that's great. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I think that's awesome that you're given options too. Like a lazy singer would be like,
You
"This
get
is
you
what I
get.
got, dude.
Nope.
I gave you one version," and
Mm.
Pat's like, "Dude, you fucked up my riff, bro."
Yep.
It's also good that like
I've
not
heard that
all
a couple
4 of
times.
us. It's also good that like not all 4 of us are like trying to be like really forward with like our idea for the song.
Yeah.
Like it just leads to so many arguments and just like
yes.
everything takes longer.
Yes.
So it's like,
Yeah.
I definitely take the yes and approach when it comes to writing
Yeah, for
because
sure, it's good to have,
especially
yeah.
with like if you have a specific idea of how you want drums to be and like the tone of where it's going, I don't really have a problem with giving that, you know? Like if you
Right.
want to go like fast and like
Yeah.
I go, okay, yeah. If that's where we're going, that's where we're going. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Sounds
You always
good.
tweak it a little
Yeah.
bit, and that's good.
I was
you know?
like, if I'm gonna end up like feeling like I'm running a mile after this like quick 30-second,
Not bad.
like I mean, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
Love it.
What about your bass parts then, Nick? When it comes to writing, is
So usually for the bass parts, I'll take kind of his guitar pros that he writes, and I'll just go and basically take whatever his rhythm's doing, and then I'll go in and just kind of chop it up and say, I don't need to do that pitch. Like,
absolutely.
I can take that. I can, I can look at what his progression's looking at. I can, change a couple notes, but usually pattern wise, 95% of the time the bass is pretty much playing with the rhythm guitar player.
yeah.
And then like I'll do like a lot of my stuff. It's more technique. Like in Goodbye to the Hero during that beginning riff, I was having a hard time, kind of going up here and playing it. So I started tapping.
Okay.
And so stuff kind of like that, and like
Nice to have that
and
skill set.
some-
Not every bass player is pulling out
Yeah.
taps.
No, when you see that, it looks so badass when he
Yeah.
does it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and
There's go ahead.
but stuff like that, and then like there's on Continuum, there's a part where like I just stop playing the riff and then I come back in with the riff, kind of like player position from Periphery, kind of some of that nollie stuff, kind of
Yeah.
stop it, kind of let the guitar shine, and then finish the riff off with them, and
Just
kind
comes
of
back
stuff
so
like that.
like punchy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
love
so
that.
but it's just kind of like that, but mostly like the bass writing is just taking what he had and just kind of, I guess, same with the drums, just
Just make it
tweaking-
make sense.
just
Yeah.
tweaking it a little bit,
Well-
and then if he has something like, hey, I want you to do this, I'll be
Yeah.
like, all right, I'll try. Like I've been trying for a year to try to play some of those runs on Departure.
Mhm.
I still can't do them, but I try.
It'll make you better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh, yeah.
because like what is his is it Tommy from Vel Maya, their bass player?
Okay.
He plays these ridiculous like runs on the bass, and I'm like, I hate you. Like you make me.
Yeah.
I want to be able to do that, and again, it's practice, and then you eventually be able to do
Yeah,
it. But it's just stuff like that, and like I would eventually like to add those in, and but yeah, like writing wise, it's pretty much.
I feel like it kind of falls into place once he's done his part. You got the guitar riff. He's got where his kick drum wants to be. You just kind of start to extrapolate it. It's almost like a deconstructed plate of food.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just going to just move the noodles away from the sauce. Like I just want the noodles, and I'll do a little sauce
That's great.
later.
Exactly.
But it is a lot like deconstructing it to, to tease out your part
Yeah,
just
like
on the
that,
low
yeah.
end.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, where does it make sense to become a melodic instrument for the song, the sake of the song? So everybody's always trying to serve the song as a bass player, though. It's a lot of stuff can already happen for you up front. I just need you to ride the low part for me here. Yep. And then when I point at you with the headstock, it means go with the lead part, and you can have some idea of that if you've already sat at home and woodshed it with some tabs or some video or some playthrough or whatever it is, however you communicate, where you're at on the fretboard. And like, yeah, it's a lot of work can be done for
I'll
you
say
up
I was
front.
with this after we saw Drew play the start of Reset on his bass.
Yeah.
I was like thinking like maybe I should do that in just
Oh,
one
totally.
show. Just I start playing
That'd be great.
the lead.
I think we have been like the last couple of songs that we've written, we've been like experimenting more with like what you were saying, where there's a spot that the bass can kind of shine through.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like on Continuum, like you said, not playing the bass kind of emphasizes the bass
Yep.
in that chorus
Yeah.
part. Because
Yep.
when it does come in, you feel it way more. And yeah, it's
Mhm.
There's a lot to be said for just holding back and waiting to jump in and
Absolutely.
giving that next part or the part that's happening more impact on the third or fourth revolution, what have you. But yeah, good work. And it's nice when you can lean on the bass to do some of the technicality that you're otherwise doing. Say, I'm just going to stand back and let you ride this verse. That's a big part of bass playing. A lot of times is the verse. You get to shine. You might just be holding down the rhythm, but sometimes a good verse is just drums, vocals, and bass, and then that guitar will eventually jump in and have that same impact that we're talking about by holding back.
for sure.
We did have Bang. We had one song we wrote purposely just to have the bass.
Oh,
stick
I
out.
wrote that when I was on bass too, because I wanted a cool bass part. Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm an asshole. I stopped writing cool bass parts
Go back.
as soon as I started playing guitar.
That's funny.
Like,
Not
we
too
don't need
much else
these.
on your plate when you had to start writing shit. huh?
Yeah.
What's your guys' practice schedule like?
It's always changing, honestly.
Yeah.
Dude. I mean, we went for 4 days when the pandemic really hit. We were doing Mondays and Thursdays, and then we were doing Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then just Thursdays right now. It's really depending on actually like what type of work we are doing right now.
Mhm.
Right now, we're kind of just, we're not in limbo or anything, but we're just writing. We've got 4 or 5 ideas that are at maybe the halfway mark.
Okay.
So really, we're just compiling stuff up and taking it a little bit slow, honestly, with practice wise and coming there all the time. If it's better to leave him alone for a day, let him just
Yeah.
bang it out and write stuff out. He Wednesday he's sending, hey, I'm writing drum parts for this. Jordy, come over. It really is. Sometimes you can do that depending on where you're at and what kind of move you're ready to make.
Mhm.
You slow down to practice, go home, make sure you're good at home. So when you come to practice, we're good to go.
Yeah. You're using your time wisely when all 4 of you can get in the room, basically. You
Should
know,
be,
instead
yes.
of people learning shit at practice, it's
Yeah.
just a waste of fucking time at that point. You know.
Sounds like a good set of healthy communicators, and also I've been to band practices where it feels like going through the motions, and it's like I didn't have to be here today if this is all we're gonna do.
Yeah,
like,
I could do
could've-
this at home. Yeah.
This could have been an email. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's just some sessions where it's not. Yeah, I get dragging your feet, not wanting to go,
Mhm.
but then you come out the other side, and you're like, I'm glad we did that. But then there's
Yeah.
also on the other end of that, there's like, man, we can go and do this, but we don't have a plan for this time.
Yeah.
Are we writing? What are we doing? So yeah, it's good
Mhm.
to communicate that and say, not today.
And like we said, those 2 live together, and I'm literally 5 minutes away from them.
Okay,
If we needed to do something on a Saturday, we really could.
sweet.
You know,
So-
they can always get something written at any time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So how does that fit with the other? You're in another band.
Correct. Yeah.
You guys, is this your only band, or you guys
Mhm.
in other projects too?
Um,
No, that's it.
I started doing it's not done anything yet, but I do jam out with some other homies out here in Grand Rapids.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't even know that. That's
Sweet.
sweet.
Some deathcore shit.
Fuck. Okay. That's stupid.
It's-
Joe.
yeah,
It's,
that's
it's dumb and it's dumb and I love it. You know,
It's so good.
We get together and do stupid dumb shit all the time.
Fuck.
just me and the bros being dudes.
Yeah.
You know,
just deathcore all
But,
over the place.
yeah.
Grunting out some breath.
You know, it's called Deconsecrated, so just in that vibe of like just, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, muscles.
Cool.
But
So is there anything that takes precedent over one over the other thing? Like, how do you fit in being in multiple bands? I always wonder that because
Doesn't affect me at all. I literally go home and do this every single day. I don't lie to you.
Love it.
I've got, when we were scheduled 2 days, the other band scheduled 2 days at my house.
Mm.
So I've got a whole jam session at my house too. Everything to record our practice and everything. The hardest part sometimes is shows. Sometimes,
what I'm
you know,
wondering.
if I see someone like, hey, who wants to play the show in Ohio? And I'm like, well, I'll tag both of the bands. How do we figure out which one, like, you pick? Or they're like, we'll take both, or like just one. And we're like, oh.
mm,
But that nothing has really gotten in the way of anything. If anything, we've done some shows together, and
yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen a
I
few
mean-
flyers with both your names
Yeah.
on it, so that's kind of cool or
Mhm.
whatever. But
His other band is like we're all good friends.
Yeah.
Like we've been like
we're
going
we're
to shows and
homies.
shit, hanging out for the last couple of years. So like,
Yeah.
like we're both of our bands are like all really cool with each other. So
I mean, yeah, he's
Yeah.
filled in for them
Yeah, okay,
once. And
that's always cool when
Rob,
it's
you strike me as the kind of guy who just is doing this all the time only. Like, no games, no bullshit, no other obligations. Just,
I
work.
did. I did just put 50 hours on Pokemon's Legend,
Yeah.
but that's only because I was off work for a whole month.
Oh, good for you, sir.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, the more I have this band, nothing after this. Limitless Productions. I'm booking and promoting shows all the time.
Okay.
I was sort of recording some stuff, but I got my solo EP as well. I'm at home doing everything.
Yeah.
For nothing after this, I pretty much do everything versus how we like to have somebody do it with us. I go home and I make the clips. I record the music. I do all the other stuff at home. I'm on my computer 24/7 basically.
So how does that like, is that just a different outlet for music for you, or like a different vibe, a different feel? I mean,
What do you mean?
Like,
The other band.
yeah, why have two bands instead of just doing everything?
I do
with
vocals
one?
in one and guitar in the other.
Okay.
It's totally different worlds. It's awesome. Doing vocals is 10 times harder. Doing guitar is just so easy. I can headbang and have fun the whole time.
I think you're a good representation of what a lot of musicians should be, and that is one multifaceted with not just your instrument. Like you should be able to do art, paint, or media.
I think it helps a lot. Yeah,
the content creation.
If
right?
you've got 5 guys in your band that can get you shows, 5 guys that can get you good artwork,
Yeah.
5 guys who can write
Write
onto your
lyrics.
music.
Yeah.
The more that you can do, the more
The more that you can do.
that's
Yeah.
it. That's the
You
more that
know?
your band
Yeah.
can do.
Yeah.
You know.
And I'm still always going to be a big proponent of not putting all your eggs in one basket. Like Atwater's a great band. You guys are great musicians. I mean it. I can hear it in the music, in the playing. But also, it's nice to have one other thing, or maybe even 2 other things. I know it's a lot to juggle for some people. I don't know what people got going on else, in their lives. Whatever. If you got 3 bands, fucking great. Either that or, like I said, be busy doing something, content creation, video editing, painting. I don't know, writing poetry, writing a book. It's just healthy to have another outlet, but it gives you so much more, I don't know, almost a fan base, if you will. You just networking through these other mediums. And hey, oh, by the way, I'm in this prog metal band. I don't know, you might like it. Check it out. And then next thing you know, you got a fan at your show. But I think you got to hustle like that sometimes. If any one of your baskets is going to make it, you got to have a hustler in the band, I think. And I feel that with you with the riff faucet always on, and then Rob driving it like, hey, more riffs, more songs, more riffs.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 just like, yeah, keep it coming. We're here to
Dude,
play.
It's all
Essentially.
Rob is the hardest worker in the scene, and it's not even remotely close. Like I know a
That's
lot
true.
of people do a lot of stuff.
Second.
Sure.
This dude doesn't fucking sleep. Bro.
No.
He does so much shit. I don't even know
I get
how
that
it's
energy.
possible. Yeah,
Hey, respect, man.
I
Big
love it.
respect for
I
that.
love it.
Mhm.
Takes a lot of grind to do shit, man.
yeah. It does.
It's paying dividends, I think. The look, the sound, the production quality,
And I think that's unfortunately just in music and art in general. A lot of people don't understand the amount of work that it takes to go into even 4 songs. Yeah, Nick's like, I want 8 songs, and we're like, yeah, well, that'd be cool to have 8, but we just like the amount of work we talked about going into 4 and how we got there, how long it took. I felt like I've been playing for 2 years past this, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
like you probably have.
Yeah.
So by the time it comes out, you're like, yeah, it sounds good, but let's move on to the next thing. But
Definitely.
nobody else knows that because it's new to them. So sometimes in the content world too, you get stuck in this. Well, just because we posted it once, don't mean everybody's seen it. You almost have to repost, make new content. Draw it in any other way, other facets that you might have that's creative, right? So, talk a little bit about the practice schedule. That changed just because you guys got shit going on in life or whatever. Yeah.
People's jobs,
Yeah. Anybody
Like-
have family, kids, anything like that?
Now we're all lucky.
I got
Yeah.
2 cats.
Well, you got 2 cats.
Well, I was gonna say you're not
Don't know.
probably gonna have, like Nick said, 2 or 3 bands if you have 1 or 2 kids, because
Yeah.
that's just not gonna happen.
No way.
So you guys are in a perfect spot for that. So what about like live? You said you play with the click.
Yes.
What is the live rig come down?
Fishy?
To?
That's a
that's all
fishy
me.
question. That's a
That's all
fishy
good.
question. I
I'm
don't
the
know.
gearhead.
All right,
like,
cool.
Like, no offense to you guys know nothing.
He is right.
He's
I
still
couldn't-
like, where do I plug in my guitar at?
Like,
Literally.
I could name maybe one of the pedals on my pedal board.
And that's the
played
one that I
my
made him
shitty
buy.
$200 guitar in my bedroom for 8 years, and I joined a band. I was like, wait, what is an amp? What is that?
Reverb
Yeah,
pedal.
Fishy's a guy.
I'm the same way, man. I've been playing for 25 years, and I don't. People are like, oh, is that the EX54? I don't fucking know, dude.
It's a
I
fucking
just-
guitar,
Yeah,
I
think. Totally me.
it's got 6 strings. It's in tune. Let's fucking jam. That's how I am.
That's
Like,
awesome.
Yeah, that's totally me.
I love that.
So we basically, when we started playing live, I brought the idea of going straight to in-ears because I, especially being kind of working as a sound guy like before, I'm like, there's a good I almost seem like 50-50 that sometimes you don't have a great sound guy, and I don't want to deal with monitors and all that. I want to do everything. So you guys can do they can have the sound. I want to do in-ears. We have especially if you have the click.
Yeah.
Everybody, in-ears and everything. So we kind of start off with that, and we go with a live rack. So we plug every me, him, all into the live rack, and then split it.
Is that an X32?
It's a lot of numbers.
No,
and
that
letters.
is a real thing.
So, yeah,
I thought you were being sarcastic again.
So I actually started on the
was sitting over
X18,
here like,
so the
okay.
smaller one.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
then we had this big rack and everything, and like at one point we had like all the stuff in here, and it was getting I mean, it took up like a quarter of my car to bring. So we actually earlier this year I shrunk down. I got one of the pre-Sonus live ones.
It's our
It's
second
like-
setup.
It's the new one.
Yeah.
Is this our second or third
I
though?
think it's our third.
I
It's
think
our
this is our third
like
setup.
So
setup.
the first one had two kind of parts upgraded, but this one was like completely kind of new. So we use that. We share in-ears. If that we just have two ones. They kind of share a mix. I have my own mix, and then he's just wired in on his. And then so we use all that. We do play with backing tracks. Basically because of all the crazy riffs he writes, he can't do everything on stage. So we do have a backing track rhythm player.
Yeah.
So he plays. So we have that, and then we have synths and stuff in the background, all that kind of stuff.
90%, I think 90, maybe less than 90% of the synth and keys added to the sum of all parts was a lot of Kevin, the producer.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's with Some of All Parts and Spirit of Nightlight, he's basically like the fifth Beatle kind of.
Yeah. We get all of his tracks and we use all of it for our live
so
shows.
Nice.
So we're using what's basically on the EP, and what's in Spirit of Nightlight is what you hear like that rhythm guitar that's live is the guitar that's on the track.
Right.
It might be edited a tiny bit. Like for Goodbye to the Hero, we added a whole four measures, so we had to cut it off and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But so we do use the live rack, all in-ears and all that, and then both me and Pat now are on quad cortexes
Okay.
for our pedal boards.
Nice.
And my pedal board is basically just quad cortex wireless, and then he's got basically the Digitech whammy if you want to do any fun stuff.
Yeah.
And then uses the Walrus audio
Walrus
slow for
best
reverb.
reverb pedal ever.
And then we're actually using MIDI to switch him. So
Oh,
he doesn't have to
okay.
do any pedal dancing.
Nice.
So nice.
That's
So-
cool.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit nice because that's really the only thing that changes, because
Yep.
most of pretty much all the cleans are all on the backing tracks. So, and really the tone kind of stays the same the whole time. So, but I just found we can shrink. We don't have to travel with cabs if we don't want to. He's got a big EVH 4x12 that we don't really use anymore because it's kind of a pain to drag it around.
Yeah.
And I've got a 4x10, and then we're basically just using power amps to power them when we need to. But pretty much all our tone is in the quad.
What did you use at the runoff?
So
Did we bring mine? We usually bring my cab. I have a 2x12 orange. So I'll bring that
yeah.
if we
If
don't want to
If
bring
we
the big
a
thing.
cab,
yeah, so he was in that, and then I think I was on like a 2x10 Mark bass, and that was before the runoff was before.
I think we
I didn't have the
used-
quad cortex yet.
I think that show specifically, I think we borrowed a cab from somebody else. I don't think it was the orange. It might
Really?
have been, but
I think you're right because I remember.
No, we brought the orange.
I don't remember.
I
borrowing
remember
from
bringing
anyone
the
there. We
orange.
didn't know anyone there besides
yeah, that's what
us meeting them for the first time.
No, I don't know.
I don't remember.
There
It
are
was not like it was
Yeah,
like
I'm
a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just wondering.
We're
'cause
set
I-
up for
I don't
any
know.
type of like
Yeah, that's cool.
outdoor show, inside show. You got a sound guy or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I
cool.
can pretty much do anything, and I like the not having like driving out here. I mean, like if we had a show out here, I can save so much space if I don't need to bring cabs,
Right,
and as long as the place has a decent sound system. I mean, you're getting great tone out of the quad cortexes, and you're getting that straight. So
Yeah. A lot of times too, it's like if you guys came out and played a show with us or something around here, like if you need to, you can use the cab.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that
definitely.
way you don't have to bring a bunch of shit. I
Yeah,
get
we've
that.
asked-
Like,
we've
it's
asked-
so much easier.
we've asked that
but-
before, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
mostly
people use our
everybody in the
stuff all
scene
time.
is like, oh yeah,
Somebody's-
yeah,
yeah. Somebody
no
says yes.
problem. We've let people borrow our stuff before
Yeah,
when they're
Plenty of
over
times.
by us, and it's
Especially when
Well-
it's just a cab. Like, so you're just
Yep.
plugging your shit into
Yeah,
it
who
anyway.
cares?
Yeah.
You just
We're
make
all
sure
kind
it's
of on
on
the same
right
grind together. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
don't make
I
shit harder for other
Yeah,
people.
exactly.
I prefer to have a cab on stage, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, exactly. Like if unless it's like we played Chicago in July. We went over to Chicago, and we're like, we're not bringing cabs.
Yeah.
We're not bringing cabs. That's a
Yeah.
whole
Mhm.
extra amount of stuff.
We were
that-
sleeping out there. We didn't want to leave it in the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so it's like, And that was the weekend where it was like 105 degrees in the
Okay.
Midwest, so
Brutal.
it was brutal. But
Still didn't sweat as much at the runoff.
that is true.
Yeah,
That is
the
true.
runoff was
Yeah.
worse.
But it's live is definitely it is like basically having like a fifth member. So it's like I'm up there and I'm like I got like
Yeah, he's-
10% of my brain like please work, make sure nothing goes wrong
Yeah.
and all that.
I'm
and-
nervous every time, and I don't even set it up. I kind of set his
Yeah.
stuff up while he's getting the live rig ready.
Well, that's cool
Yeah.
though. At
Yeah.
least you're able to.
yeah,
do
I don't
that,
like
'cause-
messing around with set time, switching over and stuff. Me and
Yeah.
him do not mess. This guy does not mess around with that.
I
Yeah.
hate it. I hate it.
It's
Yeah.
it's nice though if you have a guy in the band that knows how to do all that shit
Mhm.
too and problem solve if something goes
Yeah.
wrong, because I wouldn't even
Mhm.
know where to begin with that like
Mhm.
at all. We've had handfuls of bands now on the show that all kind of use the quads or the in-ears and all that, and I'm
Yep.
like, I'm sure I could learn that and it would be cool to have, but it just seems like so much work, and I know not one guy in my band's gonna learn that shit, but
So
I mean
you
Jeff might be able to do it anyway, but
You guys do all of that, but you're not hamstrung by it. You can play anywhere you want. You feel like you're not limited by the venues.
No, I'm
You can
But
drag whatever you need out. anywhere
early
you
on I felt because we did run into a couple shows where we're like, hey, we have a live rack, and they're like, oh fuck no.
yeah.
And I'm like,
That happened at the Crowfoot one time to a bunch of bands.
Oh my god.
That's just not acceptable.
Yeah,
and-
not there.
No,
Yeah,
it
Not
was-
there.
No, I don't care. No.
They have 2 stages with big ass
Right.
PAs. You should be able to plug in a live rack there.
Exactly, and it's like it was there, and then the other time was with the Blind Pig in Ann Arbor.
Okay.
There was
Heard
like
of it.
that was
that was
annoying.
he
That
was-
was uncalled.
it
That
was kind of
doesn't
like
make any sense.
and we went up there and we played anyway,
Mhm.
but it's like it is kind of weird when you're used to in ears. I'm hearing everything in my in ears. I'm hearing the
Yeah.
click, and then going to no. And at that time we still had a second guitar player at the time,
Right.
so it wasn't
Oh,
like
yeah.
we had to have the
Mm.
backing track.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of like, well, if there's not a PA, which if there's not a PA at a venue, I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah.
like, if there's not a PA, I guess that would kind of hurt because then we're losing a whole nother instrument.
Yeah.
And I haven't set it up the way that like, oh, I could send it to another cab right now because I have
Yeah.
seen other bands do that before, where
Right.
they'll have a backing track and they'll route it to
A cab.
a cab
Yeah.
on stage. But yeah, I pretty much we could go like even if they're like, oh, we don't want to go PA, then I guess well, can we just have like little PA just for the one, and then we can be on our cabs and like I mean you have to have a PA if you have a vocalist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
'cause-
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, you're gonna yell over the drums
Mhm.
Yeah.
and stuff.
I might.
Yeah, but they're not always conducive to be able to mic guitars or drums. That's the
Yes.
thing. They might have
Yeah.
a PA just enough to hear
Yeah.
Rob, and that's
Yeah.
about
Just like
all
my
you're
house
getting.
shows.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like when you start talking
and
about
then that's like the thing is like right like how I have is I could have like his vocal mic plugs into the live rack, his guitar plugs in the live rack, I plug in the live rack, and then basically I have a snake that I give to the sound guy. I'm like, here's lead guitar, here's the rhythm backing guitar, here's bass, here's vocals, and then I have like I have drops and like synths separated because we've every venue's different, so I don't want to mix my drops with my synths and everything.
Yeah.
Then I give it to them, and they're like, "Oh, the drops are too loud, so you have to
Yeah.
put everything down, and then you
Yeah.
don't hear anything."
the
So I'm like,
sensor
here's all
going.
that. But I mean, if they don't like that much, I have the ability to put everything on one to give them to them.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh well,
Right.
but it's still, or I'll just like, we really don't need the drops, so I can take the drops out or that kind of stuff. But
Sounds
Oh, yeah.
versatile.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's fun. It's fun to do it that way. I mean, I also think it's fun to go in raw sometimes.
Right.
But especially with our music, it's kind of hard to do.
Right. I get
So-
that.
No, for sure.
So, I'm not going to keep you guys all day or anything. We're approaching the 2:00 mark, but I do got a few more questions. Is everybody good? Nobody's got a pee
Yes,
or
sir.
anything
I'm
right
good.
now?
I'm
good.
Okay, cool. I also know you drove a long way, so I want to be able to get as many questions in as we
Right,
can.
yeah,
Just
sure.
Mhm.
I always like to have like our first interview be all about like just everything at Water, and then like you guys come back or something one day, we'll talk about the new shit, promote. We'll talk about
Oh yeah.
personal stuff and anything else we can hang
Mhm.
out. But always like to just get to that first episode down where it's gives something to listen to of your whole history and everything, and
Definitely.
kind of how you guys do shit. Is that like, so you got a laptop up there and you hit spacebar? Is that what you're doing then?
So
Jordan?
no,
He still does that.
Oh, he's doing that,
So-
and you're just waiting.
He just
Yep,
sits
I'm
You
there.
just hear it.
I am probably one of the lazier drummers. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So originally I did have the laptop and it was in reach for him, but we just found that like getting the laptop in reach to him, especially like the stages that have the riser for the drums,
Yeah.
it was just not that. So basically, like the Live Rack has its own router, so I can connect my laptop to that, and then I have an iPad also running the software that's by me wirelessly, and I can control everything.
Okay.
Actually, right now I'm trying to figure out how to run it through the Quad Cortex, because I guess Quad Cortex can send mini messages. So
Oh.
eventually I would like that, so I can just do everything on the floor. But right now it's basically when we'll start, I have a little soundbite saying what song it is, and then it's just a 8 count click in, and we go.
Mhm.
So they look at Nick to say, "Are we ready?" Jordan, you look at him. So
It's
that
more
way,
like me
and-
looking at them like, "Hey,
No,
you fuckers
no,
ready?"
No,
This guy
no,
just starts
no,
off.
no,
You're
there's-
not paying attention.
there's-
I'm doing my job up there.
There's sometimes I'll be dying in the back. I
Oh,
will be
yeah.
dying in the back. Rob is going on about something. I can tell you two don't want him to keep going on. I still need to catch my breath. And then next thing I know, I'm just like down at half opening a bottle. Click, click. I'm like, okay, never mind. All right, here we go.
All right, so that is something that's discovered on the show. We need to get in a little bit more communication and look at Fishy, or he needs to make sure y'all are ready.
At-
So-
I try. but I
At
guess I
practice,
missed-
it's the worst. He's just
Oh, I tell him to. I tell him to.
yeah.
I look at
Yeah.
him, I'm like, just go, dude.
Yeah.
I was
Just
gonna
keep it
say,
running.
yeah, practice can be like that. I'm like, y'all just shut the fuck up. Let's practice
let's
this
go.
song.
Let's
We're
fucking
only
get
here
this
for
song
2
going.
hours. I need
Yeah,
to get my
exactly.
full
Yeah,
2
we're all
hours.
standing there
out.
at the monitor watching the Wings
Yeah.
game. Like, we really need to click.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dive in.
Yep, we need to get this. So, tell me a little bit about shows. You know, been playing shows for what, about 2 years?
we
kinda
play a
so?
lot of shows.
There's a lot of shows.
That's a lot of people say we play a lot of shows. I don't think we play enough.
Right.
I want to play a show every single weekend. I want to grow. I don't really want to do every weekend. I know people will be like, "Oh, you're oversaturating. You're playing. Well, dude, we're filling up this place. We're playing this place the next week. You can't rely on us to bring 30 people to every show. We're
Right,
trying to
right.
grow off your bands too. It's literally what we're all doing.
Yeah.
For the past, since the EP has come out, I tried to hammer us with shows with new bands that we haven't played with on purpose.
Yeah.
Love it.
Obviously, we're sprinkling in something like Core Fest is our homies. We want to bring the same bands back and get different ones in.
Yeah, definitely.
You
Mhm.
guys make it out to Grand Rapids often?
We got
we
3
ever?
shows
I was
out
gonna
here
say
so
we-
far.
yeah.
Maybe
We
we
played
played
in
Music
Kalamazoo.
Factory a bunch of times, and we have not had a good show there at all yet. It's been pretty bad shows at the Music
Yeah.
Factory,
Yeah.
not because of the Music Factory,
No.
probably just because the formula of the bands each time just didn't work out at all. So
Yeah.
Weekend
we've
dates?
got, yeah, it's been good
Mhm.
dates. It's like
Okay.
pretty much no excuses.
Oh.
We've just been bad turnouts and bad shows where we were just like,
And one kind of bad side.
it's a place.
sound guy
Oh
issues.
man,
Oh, yeah.
that was one really bad. But it's a place where we really want to play because we want to show Steve Maple and the Michigan Metal Fest family,
Yeah.
our music and stuff. And he brought us out there. He loved us. We played Papa Pete's with Merciless Booking. The guys in Implicator.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They've brought us out. And then we did the runoff because of Mouthful of Locusts. So every time we've got out here is because of other musicians.
Yeah, well, I'd like to see you guys out here. I think you guys would do really well with a few bands that are, holding things down in Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo. I'd like to see you on our side of the state, and see you get out there outside of Michigan, because like you said, you don't want to oversaturate yourself. Really, I mean,
Mhm.
you can do every different venue in West Michigan or all of Michigan, but at some point you're gonna dry up that market real quick. So get out there to Ohio, Wisconsin, Illinois, Chicago. Obviously.
November 15th will be our first show in Ohio.
Sweet.
It's our 4th show booking there. They've
Oh, my
all
God.
gotten canceled for
Oh.
reasons outside of our control.
Yeah.
Where you gonna be
So
in
this
Ohio?
one should be at the Vortex in Akron, Ohio,
Okay.
November 15th.
Sweet.
And then our first out of state show was Chicago, June 23rd with Beheading the Icon.
Okay.
Nice.
Do you want to talk a little bit about the Core Fest? I know that's something that's coming up.
Core Fest is a very special and important one for me because it's part of a Limitless Productions booking with Mike Montaigne from Infused. It's a collaborative booking. It was something like 3 years ago where I had just, with Limitless, it's all about Michigan. I don't care about any from out of state unless they hit me up and they want to come play. I'll book your band right away. Core Fest is it started off as just my favorite bands at that time, which was like Mafia Birdhouse, Feast for the Crows, Scapegoat, a bunch of the bands that were really communicating with us when we had first started. And then the bands that I thought were really trying hard and the bands that were really good and like have real potential. That's my side of the Core Fest. So we went from 10 bands, 12 bands. This year we've got 8. And it's awesome. We've got, I think, the best sponsors this year because we have you guys, we have local band Smokeout, Alpha Omega Group, the Rockers United. The sponsors this year seem to be more involved in the music and promoting and other things like that. So Core Fest is a special one.
It's always one of the best shows. I mean,
Yeah.
it's basically like home ice for us because
Exactly,
we literally live 10 minutes from the Diesel.
At Diesel Lounge.
And it's nice to go hang out there all day. I mean, if you want to go bowling, you can go bowling.
Oh,
There's the
okay.
bowling
Two
right
stages, we
there.
flop back and
There's 2
forth.
stages.
This year's 8 bands, and we have 10 minutes in between each band starting this time, so you can hang out a little bit more.
Annex Void's playing.
And
Yeah,
it's
man,
really
it's gonna be there.
approaching autumn.
Badass, dude. They're
Walking Down Main, Precursor, Precordial Thump, Stillborn Heretic, and Atwater, and Nothing After This.
Yeah, nothing after this kind of a stinker. But
I know.
We've had bands like Splinters. We had
Oh, yeah.
on the first 2 years. We had Decedent on the first year, I believe.
yeah, that's what I saw. the first one.
It's
Sick.
for us. I want to get more variety going in later. It really depends on the first couple of bands to confirm with us. Then I'll build a little more on that. But me and Mike will handpick each band. Hey, we like this band? Let's bring this band. Oh, we had this band last year. It's awesome.
Hell yeah, that's
How long
cool.
of an event are we looking at here from doors to lights out?
It'll be like 6 to midnight or something.
Okay. So,
Everyone's doing half-hour sets.
oh, that's perfect because
Yeah.
sometimes a festival can feel really long.
That's
Yeah.
why we shortened it down to the
Yeah.
8. And the fans are the people who kind of wanted time in between the bands.
Oh, yeah.
Also, some
Oh,
of the
yeah.
bands, because the bands want to see, like, we played before Annex Void. We're leaving our shit up there, and we're just gonna come watch Annex Void.
Yeah,
We don't want to miss these bands that we
because the
play
original 2, it was a band, and then there was no like time between bands. So a band would start, and then as soon as they were done, the other band started in the other stage. So I mean, you didn't. The tear down and setup was nice because you had like a full half hour to
Right.
tear down and set up. But it's like you've got all these people watching one band, and then they want to see the other band, so they leave during like the last song to
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
see
Stuff
the
happens
first.
too.
And
Yeah.
it was like that. So like this year, where it's 10 minutes between the bands, then you got time to say, "Oh man, you should go sit. I'm gonna go over there and watch the other band," and you actually catch everything.
Yeah.
So
That's really smart.
Yeah.
Good planning.
So that's kind of some stuff coming up. Now, Mod had alluded to, is this band talking about touring at any time?
Definitely. I think we were really talking about trying to set some runs up for next summer. Mainly weekend runs is easiest for us to do. Hit Ohio, Indiana, Pennsylvania or something, and just come back home after a 3-day weekend.
And just keep grinding until maybe something else gets offered or
Definitely.
a longer
Definitely.
tour.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's all on the table for all you guys. Like, I want a tour.
Yes.
I
Oh, yeah,
100%
that's-
ready to
that's
go.
the goal.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get these guys to the point where I can say, hey, we're playing this show, and I don't have to ask anymore. But that's a
Okay.
big ask for a band,
Yeah.
I'm ready to go like that. You tell me, hey, this date, okay, sweet.
Well, you guys don't have any kids or tie downs like that, so then it just kind of comes down to professional work life. Does
Yeah.
everybody feel like they have an employer that would say, okay, you can have a week off, paid or unpaid or otherwise? You think you got favorable circumstances?
No.
No?
he's tough. I'm tough too. I probably could because I have a really good manager, and there's some things that I could probably do to move stuff around
Mm.
how I work. But like you guys got kind of easier job
Oh, I'll just quit.
because you can
Yeah.
quit.
I mean, if we
No,
got
straight up-
if we got
straight
an
up, I'd
opportunity
probably
that's
quit.
like sick, I'm like,
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
gotta send
There
it
you
once,
go.
dude.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Mine's
I
kind
can
of hard
fuck with
because
that
I
energy so hard.
I can
fucking
find like
quit.
No, not that I'm trying to quit.
I
No.
like
Boss is watching.
No.
Boss, I hope you're not watching this.
Yeah,
I'm not
really.
quitting today.
But no, I mean, if
but-
something like
yeah.
once in a lifetime comes up, we gotta go.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
that's-
we're all
it doesn't
prepared
matter.
for that.
Nope.
Yeah, if you got a good boss, he can say, "I'll miss you," but it's enough planning out in advance. I can
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
can see working with you like that because not everybody gets to go on tour for 8 to 10 days or whatever.
Yeah.
I got to do this, man. Like figure it out. But
Yeah.
because like I
This guy over here said hard no and nothing more. And I was like, that was kind of a flag for me. I'm like,
no, it's because in my job, I just deal with a bunch of refrigerators at department stores and stuff. So I don't
refrigerators.
No, literally, and I don't know why they work me so hard, but they're like I would just straight up quit. Like I know they would say no, but it doesn't mean I'm not going.
Yeah.
Do you do repairs for them? Is that
so
you get
so
called off? Like
I actually run a team that buys the parts that that we send to those stores.
But it could be at any weird time, right? Because when I used to run a store, I used to be a manager at Walgreens for like 20 years, and then like my cooler quit, and then I have to go in at the end of the night, and then fucking go in there and call someone off the clock. You know what I mean? So that's why I was kind of wondering because it could be at any time. If I need a part, like it's like we need it now.
So with that,
still do that shit. Yeah.
Well. With that, and it's just we go to work and we can just find another job. I'm trying to. I'm chasing dreams here.
That's what I'm saying with you guys. You guys can do that.
He has a good career.
I can't. I have a like my dream career or like a job. Like I'm an electrical engineer.
Okay.
I work in defense, so it's like I have job, but they're pretty lenient on like, you know, I could say like, you know, I have this really awesome opportunity. This like, can I, you know, I can. They kind of call it like flex time. Like, can I work, you know, like say it's a week time.
Yeah.
I have enough, like I could use some PTO for it and stuff. But also I could be like, hey, I'm gonna work 80 hours this week. I'll have a bunch of flex time and I could probably use that. And also you know, they're like I said, they're my manager's pretty he's understanding about stuff, and I think that I would be able to talk to them and explain, be like, you know, this is a once lifetime opportunity, and I could do this, and you know,
and you also got a skill set, so it's kind of like if push comes to shove, maybe someone else needs an electrical engineer. You know what I mean?
That is
like,
true.
So, I mean, you already built the skill set, so
that is true.
and that might even come with more vacation or a higher pay. So you know,
that is true.
You know, you're not beholden to one place, because if you fucking you know, if you don't show up tomorrow, they're going to replace your ass anyway. So you know,
we'll put the cards on the table. Look, you know, Jay and I want to see a band come through here and be on our show one day, but be on a fucking flyer the next day, like a big name on it, right? Like I want to see you guys do it, and so like that's why we kind of try to keep it a little real. Like, no kids. Let's go.
Do it.
You got a job you can quit? Let's fucking go. That's the energy I want to have. I want to know that you can do it. Now, I understand you got a career that's always going to trump being in a band, but like Jay said, if the band means enough to you, would you take a real hard look in the mirror and say, I have to have this tour? Like I have to go to Europe. Like fuck it. Like,
well,
like
if we got to that, I would definitely.
And I don't mean to put the cart before the
horse.
No,
I got you.
You know, like we're not there yet, sure, but like, isn't that the goal? What are we doing here?
Right.
Like, hey, do you guys want to get together and play some backyard football, or do you want to be on a professional football team and hoist the Lombardi fucking trophy?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
And I think
Stanley Cup.
Rob's got that energy, you know, and you guys, I feel like, there's not a lot of restrictions here. We just got to kind of make a choice to break the tape and run, you know, sprint for it. You know what I mean? Like,
and also, I mean, that all comes with patience, and you know what I mean. A lot of that still, like, we can say this today, but there's a lot of grind for a band that just kind of got some music out in 2022. Here we are in 25, right? So like, we're talking 3-4 more years of you really grinded, but that's when.
But you guys,
we might be on a European tour because that's what you just grinding this whole time. But that's what we want to see, you know. And you guys got the skill and talent to do it. Go ahead, buddy.
I was gonna say there's so much already set up in your favor. Like it's only been 3 years, and we're sounding like this on this EP.
Right.
Like
True.
you guys got a lot of
and live. You guys sounded fucking awesome live too.
Thank
so
you.
I
Thank
will
you.
attest to that when I watched you
That's
guys play
important
live.
to me.
So you know.
I think when you see like, I'll use a sports example again. You see like a bad franchise one year, they're terrible. They don't have anything really going for them. But the next year they can turn it all around. And my point is that maybe you only got a little. For like what on the surface seems like I only got a little bit going on right now, just 4 songs and something on the horizon. But next year, a year from now, a calendar year from now, could be a totally different story, man. Like, you could have more singles out, you have more attention your way, and some offers, some looks. I mean, I really feel like we've seen a few bands come through here where it's like it's really up to you guys to figure it out, because we think you have the talent and everything else there that's going for you, like the lack of restrictions and the focus. It's just about
Thank you.
making some other connections, some networking. Like Rob, just rub some elbows with the venues or the other bands in other cities. Like, hey, we got a thing that we are really proud of, and we want to bring it to your venue. But also, maybe get them looks from a bigger band that's like, we'll take them out.
Yeah.
We'll give them 25 minutes to open the night. Like, this is how we want our night to start with some cats like this, and
Hell yeah.
that
Yeah.
opportunity I think is there. It's just a matter of you guys all doing whatever it takes after that, like
Mhm.
whether it's work or Rob making a bunch of phone calls and nailing down the tour
Yeah.
and say, hey, we can do this thing if you guys can get these dates off. You know,
Right.
I think,
Yeah.
I think you're that cut from
Dude,
that cloth.
Yeah.
All it takes is like you just make the best shit that you can make, and you just keep grinding at
Yep.
it until something fucking hits.
Yeah,
you know
that's,
what I
that's
mean?
all you really can do, honestly.
Yeah,
you
for
know,
real.
that's-
It's like I don't even spend that much time worrying about like whether or not we're gonna get big or anything. 'Cause
Right.
I fucking love writing music, and I think we
Yes.
sound
Mhm.
awesome. And I'm like, if it hits, awesome. It's the goal. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Well,
But
that
you
that's
just keep going till it does.
Pat, that attitude will get you further than being the guy that like, I want to make it big and I need to
Yes.
go. You know what I mean?
Right,
like
yeah.
because you're making what is true to you, and that's going to resonate with the universe, guys like us, a lot more than a guy that's just I want to be in a band so people can look at me type bullshit, right?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, fuck
your
that, bro.
attitude is like I love making music. These are my homies.
We'd all like to be behind the screen while we play.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right, yeah.
But
I
yes, we're
get it.
not like
Well,
I had a homie tell us that we were like close to being the Weezer of metalcore, and I was like,
Weezer. of metal.
damn, I just got vibed like that. Ouch.
I mean, he's
Ouch.
so right.
He is
though.
right, but
So
like,
right.
What does
holy-
that mean?
that mean?
We're fucking dorks. That's what
Oh,
that
so-
means.
yeah,
so
we're
like-
the depth.
So
Yeah,
like,
these
if you
three
were to
fucking-
think of rock stars and you look at the band Weezer, that's not
yeah,
not
yeah.
what you're expecting.
That's
So
right.
when
That's
you look at a metalcore band and you see us,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. Cause like, I mean, we go up there and you got, 2 6'2" like bigger guys up on guitar and bass. You got Jesus on
Short
vocals,
Jesus.
and then you got white Snoop Dogg
Yeah.
on his on drums.
Shiznit.
And
That's
it's
me.
just like
That's
we're not like
no,
like we're not
we don't look how we
we're
sound.
not tatted
No.
up
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
that. It's like this is kind of funny. Like
think
we go up there.
I think it's good to have somebody super hungry that really wants to make it, but also you got to have the counterbalance with Pat over here where it's like, I'm just going to write great fucking music. And I
Mhm.
think to Jay's point and with your attitude, it comes back around. Like, just stay true to what you do. Don't try to do the hot, trendy thing and get on with whatever the
Fuck
fuck.
no.
Well,
Yeah.
like, hey, everybody's doing like breakdowns. We got to only do breakdowns now or whatever the fucking thing is that people are doing. I've always been a big advocate of being patient and putting in the work and waiting.
Yeah.
Maybe your style of music isn't in right now, but
Mhm.
maybe it is tomorrow. So just
Mhm.
stay with it and wait your turn kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yes, stay hustle, grinding, make the connections, book the shows, rub the elbows, do all of that, but also just do what you're going to do and wait your turn to come.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for me, it's straight up as simple as like yeah, obviously I want to make it. Everybody does, but I only do this shit because it's fun and I like making music. And the second I'm making music that I'm like not perfectly happy with, or is just like trying to please other people, is
Right.
like well, I kind of don't really give a shit about this anymore.
Right,
and then
right.
now this turns into a job,
Right.
Yeah.
which who
Yeah.
fucking
yeah,
that's not
Yeah.
the point.
Yeah,
you know
why-
what I mean?
Find a
Like,
good job.
no,
Exactly.
it's a
It-
shitty job where you
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
drive around in a van and fucking play
Yeah.
music you don't like. Like,
Yeah.
just get a
That's the
9 to
worst.
5 at that
I was
point.
gonna say
Yeah.
if you have one job, you don't want another one. I'll
Yeah.
fucking tell
Yeah.
you
Fuck
that. right
yeah.
now. So,
Yeah, if
you
I
know.
told Pat I wanted to do breakdowns all the time, he might shoot me.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
deathcore is stupid. Who would
Yeah.
do that?
yeah. Why
Who would
why
do that?
What?
That's dumb.
Breakdowns are
Rob, sing
dumb.
more. Don't stop singing.
Yeah, the whole
Yes.
time. Then you'll be deathcore.
Yeah.
So couple more questions and we'll let you guys go. Was that cool? Just a couple
Yeah,
more
for
real
sure.
quick.
Yeah.
Really interested to just real quick. We don't have to spend a lot of time. I know you're go, dude. Do you guys have any hobbies outside of music? Anything that
Yeah.
Yeah.
beckons or calls to you? Just
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, yeah.
for real?
Yeah.
DM?
Hell yeah, that's cool.
I have DM'd him before, but right now I'm a player.
Okay.
He DMs and
I
plays.
DM a lot.
Oh, nice.
The three of
Um,
us were all in a game that he ran for us before. and
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rob's played with us even once. We brought
Yeah,
him out to
that's
one.
nice.
I do not
He's
DM. I'm
an
not
open
good
mind
at it.
about
I'm not good at DMing, so
Yeah,
I
it's
just
fun.
like to play.
That's fun.
But yeah, there's that. We're all huge sports fans.
Mhm.
Um,
Hockey, I hear, is
oh,
that the main one?
Hockey and
Hockey
lions
definitely
for
for
most of
most of
You at
us.
least brought the right hat today. I
Yeah.
mean, I know they're on tomorrow.
Tomorrow, but
I mean-
like big Lions fans.
Sweet.
A big Tigers fan.
That's all right.
Damn.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
yeah,
same.
sadness. I was.
Yeah.
It was, and we were playing the Ypsilanti last weekend
Yeah, Ziggy's.
during Game 5, and he was telling me today on the ride here. We got home, and he's like, how's the show? I'm like, because he had to leave early from after our set, and he's like, how was the rest of the shows? I'm like, good. He's like, man, it must have been that bad, and then he realized oh wait, the Tigers just lost. That's why he's pissed.
He was so pissed. I thought like Jordy quit. Or
I was mad.
Fuck this shit out of my
Because I
mouth.
mean, it's like we're on the. He drove with me, so we're on the way home. I'm listening to
Right?
it.
Yeah.
Fucking 15th inning, and they lose, and I'm just like,
Sad.
I mean, we're all huge sports guys. You'd be hard pressed to find us at a show and like
Not
one of
have
us always wearing a
something.
Tigers or Lions jersey or something. Like,
Yeah.
we're big
Yeah.
sports guys.
Oh yeah.
I think the Tigers did better than they were expected, right? That's all we
Little
can.
bit.
Well,
hang your hat on that.
I think when they were grinding and they were like the #1 team, right, for a
Yeah.
long time, they're
Yeah.
like, oh, they're gonna do something.
yeah. And then after the All-Star break, we were like
We didn't do anything.
400 was horrible.
Mm.
And then I mean, we beat the Guardians, so we beat Ohio team in the wild card, so at least that was good. And we went to Game 5 against the Mariners, but it's just like after having that good of a season at the beginning,
I feel you,
and then
man.
they almost had the worst. Well, technically they did have the worst collapse
Yeah, they did.
in MLB history because they almost missed the playoffs and lost the first. But you know, like I said, we were sports fans.
Yeah, we like to
and
get heartbroken
we're all,
together. Our tragic teams.
pretty much into
Mhm.
if we can play some video games, that kind of thing.
Hammers a little bit.
Me and him are Pokemon guys.
Okay,
So
cool.
there's that. He tries to play Rocket League but can't anymore.
I haven't played that. So.
That game's hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but stuff like that.
Here and there. I do go to a lot of local shows as well. When I have
Yeah, you're
money,
definitely-
I haven't been doing anything in 2 months. But and I bowl now once a month, one Saturday a month.
Oh, once a month.
Yeah, I don't like it because now that I started it, I'm like, I want to go bowling every week now.
Yeah.
Are you good or do you? I feel like you're set.
I was way better. I
Okay.
used to be. I was over 200 average.
Okay.
Oh wow, that is.
I
Good.
was good.
Yeah,
I
it's
used to be
hard
too
when
when I
you
was
only go
younger, but-
once a month, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
is right
kind of
now.
like
You go with Greg, right? From Nothing.
No,
Anyways?
not anymore.
Okay.
Back in high school days, the Diesel Lounge that we play at, it's also the bowling alley. They had dollar bowling. It's a
Oh,
dollar
no
per
shit.
game, $1 per shoes.
Oh, okay.
So that's
cool.
where we were for our whole high school careers.
Okay.
I like bowling, but something about the form of it, like the twisting and motion of it, it's so unnatural that even if the ball, I could throw it like a football. If it's light, it don't matter. It's like
Yeah.
the whole motion of it, like this couple of frames, and I'm like, I'm a granny roll it down. This shit fucking hurts, man. I think bowling is so fun, but
We should start running that promotion at our Diesel shows. If anybody can beat you in a game of bowling, they get a koozie or some shit.
Yeah.
that's
Nice. All right, cool. So before Nick asks his final question, so what's next for you guys? Like, what's the next steps for Atwater?
A
You get-
billion
guess we're-
shows and a billion singles.
We've really
Put
been
out
focused on
music?
Spirit Annihilated for a little while.
Okay.
It seems like we've got all those singles that are maybe halfway done. So I guess figuring it out is probably the next step, honestly. Other than I think the winter, taking it slow on shows for writing on purpose
Yeah.
and driving.
yeah.
But if a
Yeah.
good show comes up, we're not going to say no.
Yeah.
More of a focus on writing, I guess.
It definitely get the writing. I mean, we have like I said, we have a couple songs that are that 40-50% done, like the main riffs there, and it's just kind of building out on it. And like we're working on one right now. Like I was literally writing the bass part of it yesterday or on Thursday, and definitely that'd be like kind of hopefully get that one done. Kind of do what we did with Spirit Annihilated. We'll work on getting. We'll probably go to Kevin again.
Mhm.
I mean, he even asked. He was at the Ypsilanti show. He's like, "So when are you guys coming back?" I'm like,
Soon.
"So like get that done. I would say probably maybe 3 more singles, and then me personally, I'd like to do at least an EP. A
yeah.
couple.
Yeah.
That
We're
might
also a
not be
very
the
kind
same.
of we're a very kind
Yeah.
of like take it as it comes kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
we'll change up the plan if something else makes sense to us. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
all kind of go with whatever's in the moment feels the best. We'll do that.
So with
Definitely.
with whatever rolls out going forward, are we, whether it's an EP or a batch of singles, are you going to record it all at once in bulk, or are we going to just one song at a time? Because what makes the most sense, especially now if we're considering resources of money being involved,
Right.
time and money.
I don't know.
mean-
It's kind of like
I mean, we pay by the song, don't we?
yeah, we
Not
pay
for
by the song.
time.
It's been like the same
Mhm.
price with Kevin. He's
Yeah.
been real cool to us. So,
Okay.
it's mostly just, if we got a song done, there's no reason to sit on it forever. If you're happy
Okay.
with it,
Yeah.
go record
Yeah.
it, get it out.
It's
you know?
kind of I
Yeah.
think we recorded all the instrumentals like a month before I went and did the vocals for
Yeah.
Spirit
Okay.
Annihilated.
Yeah.
So it's really more of an as it goes.
Okay.
The next song's done and we really like it, and we'll probably
Yeah, start
go in and
recording
bang
it
it out in
there.
the studio and get it out. And
Oh,
I want a song if we're gonna do singles and stuff. 3-4 months, because that's what I shoot for. I don't.
Yeah.
It's a lot, but I don't mess around. So
yeah.
You definitely get another one. I mean, like we said, we have
We got so
Spirit
much in the
Annihilated
bag.
Spirit Annihilated out in 8 days, I think now.
Mm.
And then when that comes out, the 3-4 months, and I think one thing I think this kind of all of us is like, as soon as this next song is done, figure out what we want to do for like whatever material we want to do. Like I really want to do like an actual music video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I would love to do
That's
that for
definitely
one of
definitely
them.
the plan.
Definitely I like I would probably go with Kenny again to do the music video.
Yeah.
Get those. I mean, even if we did playthroughs for it too. I mean, if we
it's
did
always gonna
both,
be something.
I would
Yeah.
love to do as much as we can, as long as it's not cringy.
Yeah.
So
We'll walk the line. We'll walk that fine line.
All right. Awesome. Well, Nick's going to send us out with one final question.
Yeah, let's talk about what we're listening to right now for our audience and your fans of your band. We like to give them an inside look at what you guys are listening to recently. You don't have to, go through the entire history of what you like, but just what's on the playlist now. Like, what are you guys pulling up? Something heavy, and then if you got it, something chill, something mellow.
Damn. Because on the something heavy side, it's I still listen to Periphery 3 not nonstop. That's
Yeah.
one of my favorite albums in terms of melody, groove, like it just perfectly crafted in my opinion, 10 out of 10.
That's great.
And then honestly, on the lower setting, I'll just go on YouTube, lo-fi.
Okay.
Lo-fi. If I'm just like doing housework or some shit,
Yeah.
all right, I don't need someone screaming at me right now.
Right.
That's cool.
That makes sense.
I like it.
I love the Bad Rabbits.
Okay.
Everybody should check them out. The best band ever.
I guess that's what we're listening to on the way home.
Why are you like grinning like
Yes.
that? While you say that?
I like Paris a lot as well. And recently I just have actually just been throwing stuff on shuffle for the past year, unless something new has came out, and then I'll try and just hammer that album into my head. I'm still listening to Volumes and North Lane and Invent Animate every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lately, I've been like digging back into like old Job for a Cowboy, old school Chelsea Grant. Deathcore is stupid. I love it.
I love it.
I listen to all kinds of stuff though, because like I listen to some like lo-fi jazz too, and I've also really been getting into some kind of like chiller hip hop. Like I love like Earl Sweatshirt, Mavi, Open Mike
Okay.
Eagle, these kinds of guys.
Yeah.
So it's whatever the mood is, but yeah.
I'm like an old man, so like
You are an old man.
Yeah.
like I'll listen to I pretty much all 70s, 80s rock. Like I love to listen to some Ozzy and some Sabbath, Zeppelin. I've been
Okay.
listening to some Zeppelin recently. I also do my favorite band of all time is Tool. So
Mhm.
I've been listening to I think 10,000 Days has been the one I've been listening to a lot recently.
It's a banger.
Love it.
I guess more on our music side, I've been listening to more like Periphery. Definitely, I've been listening more of the Gen is not a genre.
That's a great
the
that's a
recent
great
one.
song.
Yeah.
I love Wildfire. Such a good song. Some of that. I guess another one would be something more Valemaya. Trying to I'd love to be like I said, I'd love to be able to play bass like that. So I try to listen to some of that. Also kind of going in. This is kind of recently, and I don't know where it came from. Some Smashing Pumpkins and Deftones.
Okay.
So some
Yeah.
like that grunge 90s. That some
Alternative.
of that alternative, and then I know one of my friend James who did the drums. He's back in Michigan, and me and him are maybe talking about maybe doing some kind of like that alternative, maybe alternative metal rock 90s kind of, and then we were trying to get him to do it. I don't know if he's gonna do it, but we were talking about like adding math rock on top of it. So I was listening to some stupid shit, but see, it's stuff like that. But like I said, I'm kind of an old man. Like before I joined the band, I didn't listen to anything metal. So, but
Interesting.
Cool.
I love it. I love the influences.
All right. Well, is there anything we missed? Anything that we didn't cover or that you wanted to go over?
Oh man,
No,
No,
this was
I
great.
was gonna say I had a lot of
Just
fun.
happy to be here.
Yeah.
Very
Well,
happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for driving all the way here and hanging out with us today.
Yeah,
Fucking
definitely.
Of course,
appreciate
thank you
it.
for having us.
We always love, getting to talk to all the bands, sit down and meet new people. And, I briefly got to kind of say hi to you guys at shows, but I always say this, it's kind of hard at shows.
it is.
Yeah.
Really,
Oh yeah.
everybody's coming and going and it's hard to
Yeah.
hear and shit, whatever. But make sure you go check out atwatermi.bandcamp.com to check out all their stuff. New single coming out called Spirit Annihilated on October 27th. Okay, cool. So I got that right. And go follow Atwater. You guys
Yes.
fucking rule. We're fans and appreciate your
Thanks.
time.
Thanks,
you.
cool.
Keep
Thank
it
you,
metal.
guys. Thank
Peace.
you.
Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for checking out the episode. Be sure to hit that like button and give us a share.
Yeah, and if you enjoyed our podcast today, please give it a rating on your streaming service to help us gain some exposure.
And if you really enjoyed the show, please give us a follow or hit that subscribe button and come hang out with us every week. And remember, keep it metal.